Hey, hey.
I think we're live. Welcome in, everybody, to our live gem. What are we calling it now? It's like a gem
SG Gem Show?
show. I mean, let's be real. There's a gem show part of this. We're gonna show you gems
That's true.
that you can buy. But there's also like a lot of education that goes into this. Robin and I are both teachers, and so every other week we gather with you right here. So if you've been looking for us, you're in the right place. If you don't know where you are, I'm Athena, the founder of Sage Goddess, and I've been bringing you all kinds of magic, teaching, and actual stones for almost 14 years. So this is our best of the best. Robin and I take a lot of time deciding what goes into these shows and sales. And then obviously our favorite part is to come in front of you and share why we chose these things and what we love about them. And so, Robin is our resident geologist at Sage Goddess. She's also been here for 100 years, so this is great. 10, 11, 100, whatever we're at now.
From the beginning of time.
From the beginning of time. How are you guys doing? So happy to see you. By the way, did you see the lunacy of our moving sale? Everything is 75% off at sagegoddess.com right now with code MAGIC75. And I know how smart you are. I know you can multitask. I know you can watch us and be with us and have a tab open and be looking for whatever you want to buy. I have all the faith in you in the world. We're multi-tab shoppers.
I'm have something up on TV and scrolling through my phone at the same time type shopper.
It's called attention deficit disorder. We can do these things. So I'm really proud of you. I love that. Clever Raven said, Robin, her surprise bag was so amazing. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy. Yay.
Nobody does it like her. And we do have them tonight at a special discount too. So that's something really to be excited about.
I was putting the sample one together and I couldn't fit everything in the basket that I wanted to put in there.
That's so her. That's so her. Like, I wanted to give her more and I couldn't fit everything in the basket. That's why you love it, because you're getting all the things at an amazing price. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna we have a lot to show you tonight. My ring, by the way, yes, my ring is available. This one with the scarab. We designed it. I never saw it. So I was here for the design process and then wasn't here when it got here. So Robin would tell you the other day, I was like, onto my finger it went, and I have not taken it off.
True.
It's super comfortable. So I was like, oh my God, look at that. Like, it's the ultimate Egyptian priestess ring. So, and it's, anyway, it's coming, and we have 20 of them, and you'll be able to get one tonight. You were just shopping when the video popped up? Thank you for that, Sharon. Isn't that amazing? So Hannah made me, because she knows a lot of times I'm running so fast, like I'll forget to keep one, right? Or, whatever. So she made me a separate little special dish of the Blue Room incense. And I was burning some this morning because the cool part is you don't need a charcoal disc, right? So anyway, thank you for that. We're going to do another new moon incense at the end of the month. This month, I know. So, because we were talking about it, we have really cool ingredients in stock right now. So stay tuned. All right, you ready? Let's go, Robin. Let's do it.
Well, we always like to start out by doing a little giveaway.
We do.
And I just thought this was a perfect piece to send to somebody here.
Perfect.
So you guys, take a look at this piece.
It's one of my favorite stones. I do have favorites. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I love most stones. There's a couple I really don't enjoy. We've talked about this before. There's some people I don't enjoy. I mean, I'm not going to... You know what I mean? Like, I love humans. I don't enjoy all of the humans, right? Do you? Because come on, right now you don't. So anyway, back to Danburite, which actually can help you with that, because Danburite takes out the energies in your field that you don't want anymore. It's an extractor. So this is a giveaway. It is beautiful.
And this one is got two fully terminated.
It's a twin pink Danburite. I mean, that is, when it's pink, it's heart chakra for me too. Like it, Danburite removes energy from all parts of your field. But if you have stuff in your heart, right, like you've been going through grief and loss, and you need something powerful like this to undo some of that.
Yeah, so all you have to do is say, yes,
yeah,
please,
yep, give it
pretty,
to me,
pretty,
I want
please.
It. That's mine. Why are you even looking at anyone else? It's mine. Why? Okay. Yeah, they're, And with Danburite, there's not as much coming out of Mexico. I don't know if that's resolved itself, because remember in Tucson and Denver previously, it was like we just couldn't find it.
Well, it's because they closed the mines.
Have they reopened them, though?
Not that I have heard.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything like that. So, okay, Angela Fleury, I think this one is going to you. Congratulations.
Yay!
The feed is going kind of fast, but my vision stopped at you. So there must be something that you're supposed to do with it.
So this is for you. We're super excited. Yay. I could just see this being put at the tip of like a staff or a wand.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I could see this being set as a necklace. And I'm like, yeah, it's petite.
No.
Not really. It's not. No, it's not. I'm like, could I make it a ring? But in all seriousness, I don't think we've had a piece of Danburite like this that we've purchased somewhere. I didn't see anything at the most recent show down here. So that would tell me the mine is probably still closed.
This is a piece that I have had in my own little little side collection for a long time now.
Yeah. There's a lot of twin energy around this one because there's on the front of it, there's 2 points to the right and 2 points to the left. And then on the back side, there's like a little family of points and another little family. So that's interesting. I read into all those things. So congratulations. Yeah, no, Robin looks beautiful today.
Oh, why thank you.
You do. You do. And being in your feminine power is kind of aligned to number 2 with Pinolith. It is. We had these rings made, and what's really cool about the rings that we designed this way is you get a cabochon stone on the top, but then we set stones on the inside of the band, and nobody can see it but you. It's like a little private show just for you. Nobody knows that there's a green tourmaline inside of this ring, so they just see the Pinolith, which is a fossil. It has its own lineage, its own legacy. It's millions of years old, but what I have always associated it with is angels, because if you look at every piece of it, and I looked at these rings, you can see a place where there's wings.
Yeah.
So I've always called it angel wing stone or angel stone. It's not a stone because it's a fossil, but it is because it's fossilized, and it adds quartz and adds agate. It kind of has the same properties. So
yeah, and I think it's really cool because it's like there's a lot of dolomite. I can't not speak right now. Dolomite in this, in it too. And
I'm Greek, so I heard dolmas, and I was like, "What? You're talking about like a stuffed grape leaf?" No, she's not. She's talking about dolomite, which is a mineral. Mm-hmm. But do you see how the one that she's got on? You can see places like 2 pieces that are co-joined that look like wings. Mm-hmm. Now, another friend of mine said she always sees goddesses, and then another friend said she always sees butterflies. I do see butterflies in all of them.
Yeah.
Like even sideways on that one.
I see dragonfly wings. You know how they have that, the lines through it, but then it's like almost translucent?
Uh-huh. So anyway, that's part of why we all love it, because dragonflies, I associate them with the feminine. Some people see them as masculine, but butterflies, angels, we always associate. There's sort of like a unconditional love aspect to all of those creatures. The sacrifices too, right? Like angels have the benefits of being in the angelic realm, but they don't get to be in the human form, right? So there's sacrifices that we all make. So I'm telling you the whole story. We have 13 of these. They're $49 each. Our original price was like $79.
Yeah.
So these are some of our really special discounted prices because of our moving set.
They are intuitively chosen shapes, though.
Yeah.
Like you're wearing the
I've got the little
teardrop one, pear-shaped one, and this is like the oval. So it's going to be a little bit of
They're roughly the same size, but then all of them, no matter what shape you get, have the tourmaline on the inside. Do you see it right there? Let me actually show you where it is. It's hard when you're looking at what you're doing. So right there is the tourmaline. So they all have the tourmaline on the inside. That's a better shot that Robin is giving you. So congratulations.
And they are adjustable. So they're completely adjustable. So they will be able to fit your fingers.
Yep, and congratulations on that Danburite too. I'm really excited about her getting that. Okay. The next thing I want to show you, one of my favorite stones is pink amethyst. Amethyst grows in 3 colors, pink, purple, and green. We all know them. We all love them. This pink amethyst, I remember when we got it. I'm going to tell you right now, I have 23 of these at $39. The retail value is much higher than that, almost double that.
Oh yeah.
These are covered in mica, so they're like the most sparkly. I don't know if we can get that in the shop, but they're
I can probably get it
super
here.
sparkly. Pink amethyst. So amethyst is about balance and detoxing. And then the purple does that for your soul, the pink does that for your heart, and the green does that for your body. So this is like your wand to rub over your heart to cleanse your heart, to clear your heart of heavy energies like grief and sorrow. And again, a lot of us have been through challenging times over the last few years, and it's time to do some body work and some energy work. These are single terminated wands, so you can send and receive energy. Again, they're $39. This is the most beautiful quality.
This one has a little bit of yellow in it. That comes from the limonite that's going in there as well. So some of them have extra inclusions.
Yep.
When I was going through them, I saw some that have like little druzy pockets.
Some of them do have druzy pockets. We can't promise it, but it's pretty common.
Yeah.
When you get into this level of micro crystalline formation, which is what creates all the sparkle in it. They're stunning, you guys. I just thought these were like fairy wands.
They are.
So not a ton of those, but we wanted to make sure we showed them to you. And then, you know, these are massage wands, right? So the round end. Do I have to tell you what to do with the round end? Maybe not what not to do with the pokey end. If we have to have that conversation, I think that we have to go way back to a 101 on how to work with long, hard things, or how to work with massage tools. We don't have time for that tonight, but that's a different conversation. I'm here for it. Congratulations. Okay, now we're going to talk about a bowl. And money. Because this is one of the best stones for attracting wealth. We had these bowls made. Bowls are always really expensive, and people ask me why. I only have 2 of these, by the way. It's because of the loss. Okay, when you're carving a bowl, especially when you're making that beautiful flat surface on the bottom and carving around it, you have to start with a much larger piece. It's much more time and labor intensive. If you make it too thin, right, you're going to have problems with the balance of the bowl. I've had thin bowls. We've had thin bowls.
They just tip over, and like no matter what.
Immediately. Even this size will tip over. If they're too thick, then you're losing money, right? Like, I mean, you have to kind of like regulate. She's a carver, so she can talk about this all day long. So we have 2 of them at $69. They are made out of Hessonite garnet, which is the stone of wealth and abundance that we all love. It's the only form of garnet other than demantoid, which these would be like $1,000 if they were carved out of demantoid.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the 2 garnets for wealth. So aren't they gorgeous? So what do you do with these? Salt on your altar. Little pieces of dry white sage or herbs that you're going to use for clearing. A charcoal disc in here this is my favorite size for burning with charcoal. So a charcoal disc, and then your incense or your powdered incense, you know, like the one we made you for the new moon, which doesn't require a charcoal disc. This is the best size for burning.
Oh, for
incense
sure.
like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I like it even for the ones that don't need a charcoal disc, but like you were talking about before with the blue moon with the mako powder in there.
Yeah.
You just put it in here and you can like even spread it around.
Yeah, and just like the edge of it. Incense cones too. And then if you, I mean, it's a little rich, right? But like the idea, I cook a lot, and so I do like to have salt and pepper grinders, but I also like to have loose.
The bowls.
Of just salt and pepper.
I do that all the time. It's like I have my little bowls everywhere, and I'm like, a little pinch of this, a little pinch of that.
So those would be really sexy pinch bowls.
True.
Wouldn't they? I mean, that's the next level.
Like
mine are not that. Mine are like ceramic, and they're broken. Like they're all cracked around. I was looking at them this morning, and I'm like, you know, Athena, for somebody who like really takes pride and pleasure, I was thinking your little SG copper bowls that we have would be rad for that too.
That would be really cool.
Right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Work on the energy level. So maybe you and I should do that experiment with it, wink, and then if we like it, we can tell them about it. So happy to see you guys. Anyway, congratulations. We have other bowls. Do you want to see the other bowls? We could take them out of order. I know you guys don't like to do that.
Well, the new ones,
do we have more of them? Okay, then we'll wait until we're there. Okay, let's talk about the world candle.
But the new ones we can put in wherever we.
Okay. Yeah, they're chrysoprase. That would be really beautiful in your kitchen too. Yeah, And they're more affordable, I think, than the garnet because it's a different stone. So, okay, we're going to talk about tarot cards now. In particular, the World card. It's one of my favorite cards to pull. It's also of the major arcana. It's the one I pull the least often, and I don't know exactly why that is. But maybe it's just not meant for everybody. This is the success card, the World card. When you see it, it's like everything coming to fruition, full circle. It's about achievement and success. So we have just a few of them, 6 of our world candles, which I think, for me is about burning when you're trying to create something or expand something. And they are $19, which is a big savings. I don't know if you want to say anything else about it.
I don't really think there is.
No.
It smells divine.
It smells really good. This is one of our favorites, but we only had 6 of them left.
When I saw that we only had 6, I walked up and down the aisles and looked behind trying to see if I could find more.
Is there any more? These are soy candles, and they're poured here in-house at SG, and beautifully scented, so.
I love the little.
They last forever.
Scriptures that are here.
Yeah. And that's about celebrating completion. The World card is often pulled at the full moon too, because that's a cycle completion moment, right? That's the moon at her fullest expression of light. So I think that's also, you could burn that candle at the full moon, because it's not the moon card, obviously, but it's the other card in the major arcana that represents that energy. So congrats. Oh, one of my favorite rings. Do you have one on? Are you gonna put one on?
I have 2 of them on.
Okay. It would be good to know if how you experience the fit of it too, just because people want to know about sizing. So these are new from Turkey, and I love Turkish jewelry so much. I have a fetish for Turkish jewelry. These are the only time I've seen them make anything in selenite, which is the stone of clearing.
Oh, that's
right?
nice.
That looks beautiful on you. Wait till you see it on her hand. It's so pretty, but it's especially beautiful on her hand. Wow, Robin. Okay, so let me stay focused on what we're talking about. I'm like, look how beautiful her hand is right now. We have 17 of the silver, and these are sterling silver, by the way. Yeah, these are 925. And then they have the crystals all around them. So it's kind of the best of super good metaphysical jewelry with a little bit of bling. And they're $99 each. The our original price was $149. So
yeah.
I have 17 of the sterling silver just on its own, and I have 17 or 14 of the sterling silver with gold over for $99. Aren't they beautiful? So there it is on mine. And I would wear it on that finger.
Yeah, they do have different shapes, so that's why I brought a few to show. It will be an intuitive pull for which shape you get.
Yeah, there's the adjustability.
But they're all amazing.
They're adjustable. So somebody was saying, let's talk about selenite, right? And durability for wearing in jewelry. One of the reasons this is going to be fine is how it's set. So it's set down into the setting, and then it's completely surrounded with crystals. So the edge is not exposed. Selenite is a relatively soft mineral on the measure of hardness scale. We've sold a lot of selenite jewelry, like blade pendants and things like that. So, but this one is sort of set down in, so it's really secure. Yeah. We got more of the silver because you guys are silver folks. I'm a gold girl. For me personally, I would always choose gold over silver. But I'm a Leo, so I think that's a Leo thing too. Although you love your silver.
I love my silver.
I know.
But I think it's just because, to me, my skin tone goes better with silver.
Yeah.
So that's why I like it better.
Yeah. She does have a cooler skin tone. I have a warmer skin tone. So one thing they're asking is about this in water. And it's really, unless they soak it for a couple days, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, so I know there's always been that thing with selenite and water. And you have to remember, selenite, the way how it develops is in the beds of hot springs. So it was underwater, and then as it evaporated, it solidified into the selenite. And it takes time for that to happen. So if you took this and dunked it in water, you're going to be fine. And But yeah, I would not say take it and soak it. We actually did an experiment one time.
Yeah.
Because the girls were
I'm glad
asking
this
me.
is coming up because sometimes these, there's like memes and
Mm-hmm.
reels and stuff with like kind of a mythology about stones, and it's really nice sometimes just to clarify how durable your stones are.
So we took some selenite that was like shaled off, and we put it in a jar of water, and we waited to see how long it would take for it to finally dissolve.
Yeah.
And it's like of course the smaller pieces went faster, the bigger pieces went slower because of how much density it was there. But even the small pieces, it took like weeks, closer to a month before even the smaller pieces started showing that it was dissolving.
And that's sitting in the water around the clock. So, yeah.
So don't worry, if you accidentally wash your hands with it, you're going to be fine.
Even if you intentionally wash your hands.
Well, really? Really?
I'm in kind of like a dumb joke place, so don't expect me to be the one who's going to hold it together tonight. That was funny. Was it not funny? No? Okay. Don't look at me like a Cancer Leo. Okay, I know.
I am.
Well, you're a July Leo. They're a little Cancer-y. Y'all are a little sensitive. Case in point. I'm just kidding.
No, I just know I'm right.
Oh. Okay. And I now at the point in my life where I'm like, you are right. You can totally be right now. I can be wrong. I'm still having a good time.
But you still know in your head that you think you're right.
No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't. With menopause, I don't know whether I'm right or wrong half the time. Right? I know. Okay. No good transition to this except to say, I remember the moment in Denver when I saw this for the first time. It's been a few years, but I literally, like, you know how things happen or you see things that are just so cool? Of course, I've always known, right, that black tourmaline, and hematite in particular, right, but the black tourmaline, they grow together, right? So you'll see like edges and margins where those two stones are together. But to see the combination and then to see the hematite as red, because normally hematite is like a dark gray. To see that black and that red together, and I'm not a huge person for grounding stones. It can be too much for me, right? Like too much hematite is too much hematite, and I've always said that. I prefer black tourmaline and garnet. This is like protection and grounding in one, but it's so gentle because of the way the hematite is spread across the surface. So I think these are the most beautiful generators I've ever seen. We only have 7 of them. The original price was like $99. They're $59 for you if you get one of the 7, and that's all we have.
And these are like hefty pieces.
They're big. She's thick. She is. She's proud of it. Oh, really? I love that, Jennifer. I want to see pictures. Sorry, Heather Winkler. Sometimes the July Leos, though, really, like, I think somebody needs to do a really funny comedy routine, because people would say all kinds of bad things about the August Leos. But we could talk about the September Virgos versus the August Virgos. I mean, it's like a whole different zoo. You know, it's true.
They're just jealous because, we came first.
It's true. It's true. Like, why did you get to be earlier? I had to be later. Okay. Okay.
We just like to play.
We do. It's like lions when they, like, swat each other. They're just playing. Congratulations on getting those generators. Woo. Oh, I love seeing you guys send good wishes to each other. It makes my heart so happy. Okay, pink amethyst, we talked about it.
We did, but
Yeah.
since we didn't have as many of the wands, I
Yeah.
wanted to bring something in
It's
case
true.
they wanted the stone.
It's true. Well, so what I'm going to say, after my mom passed away in 2021, I saw hummingbirds. I saw them before she died, but I saw more of them after she died. And so they've always kind of represented her energy to me. When we saw a sample of this with the opportunity to say we could make more, and it reminded me of her because amethyst was her birthstone. So this particular piece has a lot of meaning to me. It was important for me to have them made. They're 4 inches in the pink amethyst for $34, and we have just under 3 dozen of them. The retail value is much more than that. These were done really well. They're all done, individually, so you can see the differences between them. So yeah, all the druzy, all the detail.
Yeah, this one's got a nice little druzy pocket right here in the wing
Yep.
that you can see. It is They are natural, so some of them will have a little bit more of a purpley tone, while others will have more of the pinkier tones. Some of them have that yellow that go through, and that's simply
True.
because it's natural, and it's like we wanted to make sure that we kept the beauty of the stone, not let's make them all pink.
Yeah, no, I like seeing the pink and the purple together. It reminds me of a combination of lepidolite and pink tourmaline, which is, again, top 10 stones for me of all time. It kind of has that energy. But again, the pink amethyst is about the detoxification, but more for your heart. And the purple is more about your spirituality. So it's about, it keeps you clean and clear. It keeps your energy clean and clear. And then hummingbirds, right? I was just reading a little, I posted it on Facebook about the legend of the hummingbird in Native American mythology. One of the things I thought was so interesting when I was in the Yucatan for my 50th birthday a couple of years ago, their legend is that that's how sacred geometry happened. The hummingbird drank plant medicine and then drew the flower of life and drew the Hunabku and all of those symbols. So, yeah.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. So
I love hummingbird. There's so many different lores in different areas about hummingbirds.
Yeah. I can visualize them making those geometric patterns, though. It's kind of a cool idea. So congratulations. Yeah. I thought that was a beautiful mythology, right? That they drank it and then they drew everything, etched it all into stones. Okay, there's such a theme of like peace on this first page. We have another selenite piece coming up, the aura plates. So if you've been wanting those, I just want to tell you they're kind of next up on the docket. We had those made. We don't have any more. So like people ask me every time I show them, where did you get that? Do you have any more of those? So we do, but it's the super duper last call for them tonight if you wanted one of the aura selenite plates. Okay. Are we sending tealights with this one?
Yeah,
Okay,
I will
cool.
send a intuitive pack with it.
I think that's a good call. Yeah.
I can't send a tea light holder without a tea light.
I think it's bad luck.
Just like you
to do
can't
that.
you can't give a wallet without some money in it. You can't give a purse
true.
without something in it.
I mean, you can, but you know.
Well, I guess.
Yeah. That's what rude people do. Don't do that. If you give a purse to somebody, put $1 in it. We always do that with the layer because my mom always said growing up that you'd have bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Chalcedony, which is Chalcedony grows with quartz. So these are probably quartz bearing in them too,
Well,
just because of how it grows.
It is because Chalcedony is actually a microcrystalline quartz.
Yep.
So Chalcedony in itself is
It
quartz bearing.
Quartz bearing, yeah.
Just like agate is a microcrystalline quartz, so
Yep.
it is quartz bearing.
Yeah, so there might be agate in here too.
Mm-hmm.
So all the properties about Chalcedony in particular are magnified because that's what quartz does. So Chalcedony is about tenderness, loving kindness. It attracts that energy to you. So people being nicer than they have to be. It attracts synchronicity to you. We only have one set of these. It's $69, and it'll come with a set of tea lights. So that's a $10 value too, and we'll choose something good for you. But this would be great for, you could have this in your bedroom because Chalcedony really stabilizes the energy of quartz, and it's a little bit of a lower frequency stone, so you're not going to have the, I don't know, sometimes you can get some insomnia if you have too much quartz in your bedroom. So congratulations if that is speaking to you. Hi, J-Doc, how are you? You want my SG Moon purse? Did you guys see it today? I posted it on Facebook. You may not have had a chance yet, but yeah, it's got, I'll pull it up so you guys can see
I
it.
have not had a chance to see it yet.
I'm so excited. I know, I was like, sneak peek. You actually can buy one on my post. So you can pre-order. Look how cute it is. It's black leather with the moon and the stars in silver leather, and then rhinestones. And this is the most exciting part. He put my logo in it inside with the pocket. I love that Max is coming over to see it too. And the interior is purple. It just, it's the purse I wanted. I really wanted a purse like that. So I reached out to him and I'm like, you have silver leather, you have black leather, you have sparkles and rhinestones, you have purple linen. Could you make me a tote bag with all of these things? And that's what he did. I know. So they're 300, I think they're 300 or 325, and they're on my personal Facebook. So seriously, we'll link you to that if you want to go say sold on that post. I will save one for you. Okay, but now we're going to talk about selenite. It's on my personal Facebook. Athena Parakis. I'm going to send you on a goose chase. I post a lot of fun stuff on my personal Facebook, and you can follow me there. Okay. Selenite. We've talked about selenite so many times, but I never get tired of it. Greek mythology, Selene, the moon goddess. So Greeks thought that the moon was trapped in there.
Mm-hmm.
Selenite does grow in Greece. And very near, and in some cases underwater. So to your questions about solubility, that you'll have Grecian selenite that's still submerged. So it's about the water conditions and the level of salt and a lot of different things.
Well, there is in hydroselenites.
There is.
Where that contain water.
Yeah. So some water breaks it down, some water doesn't. These have been aura treated, which is the fusion of the metals to gold or to stone. It includes gold. So these catch the light in crazy ways. And so she's holding it. Let me hold it. Like in different parts of the room will catch the light differently.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's really bright like this. And then sometimes it's not, and it depends on the time of day, but both sides are coated. So, and selenite usually breaks during the aura process, so.
Especially this type of crystal selenite.
Because it's see-through.
And the way how it grows, it will want to just...
Hold on, it's $69. I have 21. Okay, go ahead.
So the way how crystal selenite grows is it grows in like these thin sheets, like similar to a mica. And so when you aura treat, it actually molecularly bonds those metals to the stone. And the only way to do that is to get it such high heat and pressure that it usually makes this selenite.
Yeah, it usually shatters it.
So having them still in one piece is...
It's remarkable. You can put it on a stand, so you know what I mean, and display it. Because it does make a gorgeous display, kind of like the aura hearts behind me, or the broken heart. You can put it on a stand.
Yeah.
And again, during the day, it'll catch the light differently. But a lot of people like to put it in their vanity and put their jewelry on it. You know, just sit your jewelry on it. At the end of the night, it'll clear your jewelry. Selenite's very clearing. Sorry. Okay. Congratulations. I know, she has fun when she geeks out. She's fun all the time, but I like it too. All right. Yours is on a stand with a peacock feather.
Oh, nice.
It would be really pretty. Sometimes they have albino peacock feathers.
Yes.
They're not, you can't find them usually, but sometimes, like, that would be so beautiful, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. My ring. Have at it. It's $99. The Scarab beetle enamel ring with chrysocolla and labradorite. I think this is one of the most beautiful rings we've ever brought you at SG. But you have to be into Egypt and into scarabs for that to resonate, right? So what's a scarab? Most people associate them with Egypt, but a lot of us who believe in the civilizations of Atlantis and Lemuria think they got ported over. So they actually started with those early civilizations. But the scarab is a beetle, but it represents so much more, right? It represents transformation, living between worlds. It was thought to be one of the creatures that would support you in your transition to the afterlife in the Egyptian civilization. So all of their death wardrobing had scarabs woven into it, embroidered into it, set into them. So it's been important since ancient times. And the wings represent the transition from the material world to the spiritual world.
Yeah. And they are completely adjustable.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like on the back.
Adjust it. And I believe, it's open on the back as well.
It's the one on my middle finger.
Yeah.
How beautiful. But I've only been a few places since I put mine on a couple days ago, but like both times people have stopped me and said, "Oh, your ring is so beautiful." And I have 3 of them on. So I'm like, which one? And they're like, oh, the one on your middle finger. I'm like, I think that's my favorite too. So congratulations. We only had 21 of them. We did do the selenite rings, Brittany James. They are, I don't know if we have any left, but we had gold and silver, and they're $99.
Yeah.
And that's this one that you're looking for.
We do still have some of them left.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Okay, cool. So now we're going to talk about Kali Ma. Such an important figure from the Hindu tradition, and and Kali Ma represents a lot of different things. So for me, She's a goddess of transformation. It's kind of like the death card in the tarot, where you could focus on, you know, death as transformation, or you can focus on death as a physical limitation. But the other thing she represents is protection. You know, the way she got her skulls and the way she got her, you know, her blood and her anger and her wrath, by the way, too, was by literally stopping demonic attack.
Yeah.
Right? So she is definitely a fire goddess, a blood goddess, right? In the sense of being able to stop something with the power of blood, and nobody fucks with Kali. So,
But she's also a nurturer and a mother.
She is. I mean, she did it to protect her her own, right? So it's the power of the feminine to also engage violence when necessary. I'm not saying that that's exactly what this represents, but to engage all the powers at her fingertips, right? So she stopped everything in its tracks, and so but she does that from a place of wanting to protect her people, protect herself, like take care of her children, right? So there's this energy of being the mother goddess embedded in all of her fury.
Yeah.
Have you seen a pissed off mom? Have you? When their child is not being treated fairly or something's happening? Like, no. Okay, so you're getting the perfume and the statue, by the way, which is beautiful. Robin can tell you about it. It's brass and it's incredibly done. The whole back is gorgeous too. Yeah, these are heavy. The statue usually on its own would be the price of both. So you're getting the perfume and you're getting the statue for $59. We have 3 dozen of them. That's rad. Congratulations.
Oh, she's so cool.
Yeah.
And the perfume smells amazing.
Yeah, the perfume is stunning. A lot of you have memories of this perfume because we did it quite a while ago. It's hibiscus, jasmine, dragon's blood, and then there's an Indian note called henna that's also in a few of our really early perfumes. We don't really use it anymore. Narcissus. So the Indian florals combined with those deeper notes of dragon's blood and the jasmine, it's intoxicating.
It smells so good.
Yeah. But you had to have dragon's blood in there. It's Kali.
Oh, yeah.
Like something really deeply protective, which you don't get much more protective than dragon's blood in the resin and perfume world. That's as good as it gets. So congratulations, you guys. Yay.
Oh, I love
Are you
Kali.
having fun? I know. Heather's got the full collection of SG perfumes. You know, but I love that. There's some that I wish I had that I don't have anymore, that I can't make anymore. You know? So, in a way, there's a sweetness to that, too.
Heather got a surprise bag from me one time, and I couldn't help it, and I sent her, like, Umbra on top of Umbra on top of Umbra.
You do love your Umbra. You cannot deny it. We know what some of your favorites are after all these years. We see you. We know more than you think we know. Congratulations. Okay. Statues and perfumes are on the way. I'm glad you guys are excited about those. This is one of the rarest garnets. We've talked about like 3 rare garnets in the last 2 days, which is kind of cool. Yeah, take it away, Robin. That is such a beautiful bracelet. I love it.
I love it. So the garnet that she's talking about is this one here. This is the Uvarovite garnet. And what's really cool is Uvarovite garnet is found in Finland a lot of the times.
Yep.
That's one of the main areas where it's been formed. But again, all garnet, doesn't matter the color, the size, starts all the same. And it has that garnet formation.
Yeah.
It's called the garnet formation because of that. What gives it this color, as you can see here, and you see the little drusies? That's because that's the size it grows in. You're not going to get a big, huge piece of Uvarovite.
Yeah, so each one of those little crystals is a termination of that stone. So it really is like it grows in like a forest, basically, is what Uvarovite garnet reminds me of.
3 pieces of it on this bracelet right here.
Yeah.
And so what gives it the color is the calcium and chromium in the garnet. And it's all about...
I want you to keep going, but it's $299 if you want it. The original retail price is $499. Uvarovite garnet is very rare. Okay, back to our programming. $299.
So Uvarovite is one of the rarest of the garnet groups of minerals. And it only it's only green. You know how a lot of garnets you can find in a range of colors? Not this one. It's always going to be green. And it's always going to be this emerald green color. It doesn't really vary very much.
No, it doesn't vary very much. And the other thing you should know is if we could have demantoid garnet jewelry, I would want that, because this stone is similar to demantoid garnet in its metaphysical properties for manifesting money. So Uvarovite is one that people look for money manifestation.
Oh, yeah.
You're never going to see demantoid garnet clusters like this, not with that formation. So this is as close as you're going to get to the best garnet. It is even better than the Hessonite garnet. It's rarer than Hessonite garnet. There's one tiny pocket of a region where this comes from, as opposed to Hessonite, which is more dispersed. So congratulations, it's in sterling silver. It's got topaz in it too. So those clear stones are topaz stones. And I think the cabochon on the right is quartz.
Yes,
yeah.
The cabochon is quartz.
Yeah. So you're magnifying, you're protecting, and you're expanding and manifesting at the same time, which I think is beautiful. And the other thing that's kind of like a fast fact about this stone. So when my mom passed away, she had already bought some stuff for us for Christmas this year, I think, right? Because I found something in a box with my name on it. And it was a necklace. I have it at home, and it's a Uvarovite garnet. And my mom didn't really, like, stones weren't her jam. So to find that there was really emotional for me. And I thought, leave it to her to leave me a piece. It's the only piece of gemstone jewelry she ever bought. Isn't that cool? So anyway, I have a special love for it. I had it before that moment, but afterward it meant more to me.
Oh, that's a nice story.
Yeah, that's true. I think she just probably thought it was pretty. She didn't realize it was helping me after she was gone.
So,
do you guys like it too? Yeah. It's like one of those if you know, you know, because it's a lesser known garnet, so it's not as, popularized. But I love it. Okay, where are we going next? We're going to talk about Chalcedony, but these are not your mama's Chalcedony.
I call them the holy shiznits.
Did you hear that? It's a very technical geological term for a sphere that has everything in it. Okay, so let's talk about it. We have 24 of these at $29. The regular price was $49, I think. So hit it, Robin. There are 1,900 different stones in these spheres.
So these are a specific type of chalcedony that is found in Brazil. They haven't really given it another name except for Brazilian chalcedony because there's so much in it.
Yeah.
They can't really pinpoint one name.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go down just some of the possible inclusions that you can find in here. As you can see, some of them are light, some of them are darker.
Yeah.
And
It's so crazy.
what you might get in some of these, and there's more, is kaolinite, goethite, hematite, quartz, agate, barite, yellow opal, quartzine, jasper, magnesite, orthoclase, and even dravite has been found in these.
Wow.
And
if there's dravite, there could be black tourmaline, there could be green tourmaline, then we open up the box. The long story short is literally it can be worked with in any of those forms. So obviously centerpiece of a grid, they're beautiful. They all have the geometric formations of the other minerals that are inside. They're what we call an amalgam stone in geological terms. And an amalgam stone is where you have this fusion of different minerals because of the growth conditions, temperature, age, region, meteoric activity that might have collapsed tectonic plates that would form
exactly
these kind of shifts in the mantle and the crust. So amalgam stones always have big magic.
yeah, if you look through the history of where these come from, you usually will find a whole lot of big events.
Yeah.
Major events.
That's right.
Either a mountain range shot up, and then like something happened where like a tsunami hit and took something out and it had to regrow, or like you said, a quake that took it down.
That's right.
And where these happened in Brazil, if you look at the history just of natural happenings, you'll see all the way back from when we started following it.
Well, which makes sense because if you look at the stone itself, I know we can get like sort of down the rabbit hole, but if you look at the stone itself, You can tell whether those events were close in range, time-wise, by how closely the different mineral formations grow.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So it's like, if there's a radical dispersion of time, you're also going to have a radical dispersion of the presence of the minerals. So they're not going to have spheres with like 19 different visible changes in them.
And just right here, like you have this pocket of an agate that was growing with a little druzy inclusion, and then you have quartz points growing
So
into
crazy.
it.
It looks like an animal. It's like a dragon or a butt. I mean, that could be a thing. Did I get a butt stone? Did you get a butt stone? Congratulations on your butt stone.
Look, it's like a little dog.
I see that. I do. He's smoking a pipe. We need help. Congratulations. Congratulations on your dog pipe smoking situation. Yay. I'm glad you got one. Okay. We have a couple of spheres tonight that are awesome, by the way. That's not the only one, but we're going to talk about Okenite. Okenite has a really funny history to share.
Okenite's fun.
Okenite is fun. But it's got a sad part to the story, too. Do you want to tell the fun part or the sad part? I can tell the sad part, the end of the story.
Well, which story are you talking about? Because there's multiple ones.
Well, that most of it was closed, and they built condos on top of it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so it's like real estate development, right? So they're the most active mine for Okenite. Yeah, they put up a parking lot. Sad.
So it is actually fuzzy.
It is.
The fuzz that you're seeing on this is part of the stone. The stone itself is soft. As you can see, I'm touching it, and part of it's coming off on my finger.
It's $34. We have 12.
So yeah, we don't have a lot of it. So these are part of the zeolite family. They usually grow in basalt geodes.
Oh my God, Heather.
What's she doing? Oh my gosh, Heather! Heather!
Okay, fuzzy bunny stone.
No. So it grows in these geodes because it is so soft. If it wasn't for those pockets in the geode, they wouldn't be able to form.
It's true.
It would have just broken down. So when they bust open these geodes and the zeolites, you found these little pockets.
Do you have a different piece? Okay. Congratulations. No, she's not wrong, but it's just, no, it's hard.
I'm done.
These are the moments, Robin. This is the best part of your day. Come on, this is the best part of the day. Congratulations. I know. I'm not going to be the best behaved one in class. I never was. My early teachers would be very disappointed if I got with the program now.
Oh gosh.
After all these years.
I'm too old to get with the program.
Yeah. You're going to get with the program or be the program? So, speaking of which, Lakshmi. I don't know. I don't know about the segue there. Good Lord. Okay, this is kind of a rad opportunity, you guys. We had these made. We decided to include them as part of the sale. I have 31 of them at $24. $24. These are entirely hand-carved. Lakshmi, who is the goddess of wealth and abundance and light. I have an altar set up to Lakshmi, which you should too, in the southeast corner of your house. But having these for $24 is insane.
Yeah.
And we won't have them for less. I mean, think about how much time it takes to carve one of these. It's remarkable. So you're welcome. It's even more powerful to have a hand-carved goddess statue on your altar, right? So if you have a business and wherever you work, on your desk is a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
beautiful.
it. I like it because they're so small. It's easy to just kind of put it someplace. It doesn't take up a whole bunch of space, but it brings in, because it's in quartz, it brings in all that energy.
Yeah.
And it's amplified so
true.
much.
Yeah. It's beautiful. You could put a tea light holder behind it and, illuminate it from behind, but you don't have to put much up. I like Robin's point. Like, it could just be literally just the statue.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a small space and you're like, I don't have room for much, maybe the southeast corner is your windowsill in your kitchen or something like that. It's beautiful. So congratulations. And what a gift to give somebody too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Somebody who's graduating and you're like, what do I get this person, right? who has, you know, everything, or is moving to a new apartment. Maybe they're graduating high school and they're going off to college. Like, believe me, they want a little Lakshmi magic. Even if they're not, you know, worried about money. Every college student is thinking about how they can create abundance in their lives. So it's a good gift. It is. Oh, I love that. Teresa said I was just burning my Lakshmi manifestation candle from Soul Shift.
Aww.
That's still one of my favorites too. I love that. Okay, we get to talk about desert rose selenite. This is one of my favorite stones. I'll leave the geological to Robin because it is a form of gypsum, so it's a selenite-like material to me, and that does translate over to the metaphysical properties. Okay, so the reason I'm attached to this stone, and these are some of the largest pieces we have 11 of them at $69. That size should be like $99. So I had a complete out-of-body experience at Tucson. Some of you might remember this. There was a wall of the desert rose selenite.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I swear to you, it still happens to me. I don't know if it's just that experience, and now every time I work with desert rose, it's like a walk between the worlds. So it was the end of the day, and it was just a big slice of the inside of the cave. And every time I walked up to it, I feel like I got sucked into a vortex. And I would like see other timelines, and I felt disoriented, okay? And then I would step away from it and it would stop. And so I kept kind of playing and experimenting, and I remember my team was kind of like, what is she doing? But I talked to my friend who's a shaman, and he was like, no, Athena, like that's in shamanism, we use that stone all the time for, you know, world walking, and when you don't have time to have a full journey, you can kind of have and I'm like, really? How did where was I at that party? But I had the experience of it. So
you were flying, right?
It's floaty. Like this is about as close as I want to get to that stone because it has an effect on me.
Do you know why?
Talk to me about it.
They have found out more and more by studying this. They used to think that these were just started by little grains of sand. It's not just little grains of sand. They're finding out more and more that when you go inside of it, when it first started to develop, there's barite in the middle. So it's a mixture of sand and barite that is when the water evaporates out of that shallow salt basin, it leaves behind dissolved minerals such as the gypsum and the barite.
Well, that explains also the heaviness of it, right? Because it's so much heavier than selenite, and I've often wondered that. Like gypsum is usually quite light because of the fact that it comes from sand. So the barite would explain that. I know we have smaller sizes at sagegoddess.com that are part of the 75% off. So I don't know if the moderators have time, but if not, if you can just open another tab and you're like, I want to experience it, because it's crazy for me. And even a small piece, because they form in like little balls. On the website right now, those are probably like 50 cents. So I would go check and see if we have desert rose selenite. If you haven't worked with it before, it could be a tool for you.
Yeah, so that's what I think it's cool, is it starts from that gypsum and the barite.
Yeah.
And then it grows out in these little fan-like blades, and it just keeps growing and growing, and it tumbles along.
That's rad.
In that salt basin.
Yeah.
And it keeps adding on, and the blades grow larger and larger, and they grow in different directions based on how it is. And then if one of the things breaks, it's okay because it just grows over the top of it.
Cool.
And it's all stemming from that internal core of gypsum and barite. That's why you fly.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it. But I'm not the only one to talk about it. That's why I was like, afterward, when people were sharing, like, oh yeah, that's definitely a journey stone. And I'm like, I had never really seen it that way. So you can still learn about your stones, you know, after all these years. But the big size is really cool. All right, so is the big size of this. I cannot believe the price on these spheres, Robin. I thought it was a mistake. I really did. I'm going to let her tell you. If you've wanted a big sphere, these are 3.5 to 4 inches. We have 15 of them.
Yeah, these are and
get your fingers
you guys,
ready.
$39.
It's insane, Robin. $39. We're moving. Enjoy. Isn't that insane? Do we need to talk about it, or can we just all look at it and collectively just appreciate its beauty? Quartz is the great magnifying stone.
I'm looking at that rainbow. I'm playing with it.
Holy, holy, holy. Like, I have 15. You're welcome. That's it.
That's what I thought.
Show them the velvet pillow with that, because she had it on there, before she moved it over. Like, you should get a velvet pillow on the website, because those are 75% off too, because that deserves like a throne. It's big enough where it needs its own attention. Would be like a shame. I'm gonna make it play.
Yeah.
It's really kind of pinky in person, kind of like that.
It's like, which direction do you want to play? And then if you flip it around.
Let's play over there. Okay, we could spend all day doing that. You guys just got the buy of the century. Although the next one is pretty rad too, and it's my favorite stone of all time. These I only have 7. So my favorite stone of all time is sapphire. I wear a big one here. I wear one around my neck. I've got a rainbow of them around my wrist. If I have a surface on my body that can take jewelry, it's got sapphire on it. Why? I don't know why. It's my favorite. I think it's the most powerful of all stones. It is the wisdom stone and the teaching stone. So it helps you remember things, which is my job in the world. It helps you express things clearly. It helps you understand other people's learning needs. So it's all the things. These are generators hand carved out of sapphire for $49.
They do stand.
They all stand. Do you have a sapphire generator? No, you don't, and that's why I'm bringing these to you.
And the thing that's really cool about them is they have like that range of color in them.
Yeah.
Some of them have a little bit of red to pink. Some of them have a little bit of yellow. Mm-hmm. And that's because, remember, all corundum is sapphire unless it's red. It has to have enough chromium in it to turn it red to become a ruby.
Yep.
Other than that, it's going to be a sapphire. So as you see, as I turn it around,
Isn't that beautiful?
You see some of the other colors playing in it as well.
Yeah. So they're all like mostly blue, but you're going to see the striations in them. They haven't been heated. They're perfectly out of the earth and then just polished and cut on the base.
Yeah.
So congratulations. I'm so glad you like those. I had a feeling. I was like, sapphire generators? I think so.
And yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about a perfume. I love that Robin chose to include Odin perfume. It's kind of like the medicine of the moment. You want to talk about it? That's your pantheon. So she's Norse. I give the Norse stuff to her.
I love so many things Norse.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is our Odin perfume. We have 50 of them. And before I get going, I should just tell you the price, because once I get going, I don't know when I'll stop.
Yep. The notes and the price. So it's got a smoky note to it. It's got osmanthus in it, which is a rare flower, very high vibrational. It's got tobacco absolute and cardamom. So it's spicy and it's floral, but it's smoky too, and it's $19. So we have 50 of them. Now she gets to go.
So now I get to talk about my Odin.
Your Odin.
Okay, so everyone thinks that Odin started out from the Norse. He actually dates back prior to the Vikings and all of that. So that's what made him very popular.
Yeah.
But he actually dated back to the old German and old English, where he was worshipped as what they called Woden, because that's how they pronounced him. And that is going way back to writings that they have found that were published in the 1st century in ancient Roman texts. So they were talking about Odin as, the Allfather and the main god back in the 1st century. And who knows even before that, because this was just when they found it written down.
Right.
But going into how it is now, and what they love about him now is he is the one-eyed Norse god known for wisdom, war, and magic. Yep. He is the Allfather, a creator deity and the father of many, many, many gods, because he liked to have some fun.
Odin was getting around. All the gods were.
Oh, yes. I mean, if you got to live forever and do whatever you want,
you're going to have 9,000 children.
But
I would not. But they did.
They did.
They did.
The guys did.
The guys did.
Odin is also, but he's also...
like, how's she going to segue out of that?
He's also the protector of heroes.
For me, Odin, because of the runes, like, that's my attachment, right?
Well,
is
he sacrificed himself to the world tree.
That's right.
And he hung there by his neck from the world tree, and he was like really messed up, and his blood actually went down, and on the snow below him is where the runes came up from his blood in that snow. And not only was it the original Norse runes, but it also, he had visions of what they meant.
Yeah.
So from him hanging there from the world tree, that is where it came from.
Cool story.
He sacrificed himself, not only his health, but his mind.
Yeah.
To be able to hopefully get an understanding of it.
Yeah. And if you love the runes too, I mean, it's one of our favorite divination tools. So congratulations. The perfume is beautiful. It's the only time I've combined those notes of something floral in the osmanthus with tobacco, and then the cardamom, which, you know, cardamom is about power of creation. So that's why it can be an aphrodisiac.
So good.
But, you know, Odin was the father of a lot of the symbols that we associate with the entire pantheon and tradition.
So
I know, it's so good. I can smell it over here. And it's very much for everyone. Like, that is not a super feminine, but it's not super masculine either. It's somewhere in the middle, and it'll blend really beautifully with your other perfumes too. So congrats. All right, so we have so much to get to tonight. I'm really excited about it. The prices on some of the spheres tonight are really incredible, and I want to tell you because the quality is so good. So I'm going to move a little quickly through the next few items because there's quite a bit still I want to get to in our remaining time together. We're only an hour in, so I hope you're having fun. Petrified wood. Okay, so I've taught you all about petrified wood. I taught a 2-hour class on petrified wood because there's so much to tell you about it.
There's so much.
It requires being completely covered in ash, a tree, for usually millions of years to produce. And it depends on where it falls and the other minerals that create these colors. These are the red, purple, orange ones that Robin has for you in this show. So it's the super A grade. Some of them have druzy quartz pockets in them.
This one has a quartz vein running through it right here. This is all druzy quartz.
So I'm going to tell you, we have 13 of these at $49. Like, that is a crazy price. These are 3-inch spheres. So if you've always wanted, like, where is that intense color? Where are the druzy pockets? I want the triple A grade. It's usually not $49 for 3 inches. Yeah. So enjoy. Just wanted to bring you really beautiful stuff at great prices tonight, and these we thought were magnificent.
Yeah, and these ones all came out of Madagascar too.
Yeah.
So, which is really cool. I love it here. It actually shows some of that central bark structure.
Yep, sure does.
Where you can still see it,
like the rings. Mm-hmm. Isn't that cool, you guys? I mean, it is still a tree, but at this point, these have the same chemical structure as quartz, because the majority of what's in there now is quartz. And that's why you still see the residue and kind of the druzy lines and stuff, because the internal structure of the stone is still that. Then all the colors and the lines are the tree. That looks like an eye. That is so beautiful. So anyway, yours will be gorgeous. Congratulations. I'm addicted to it too. I love it. I've given it as gifts quite a few times because, you know, who doesn't need strength and wisdom together, right? I mean,
I love it. It's so pretty.
Yeah. You can see it like when she holds it against her dress because it's black. Like it just is like a canvas for that art. You know? Isn't that beautiful? So enjoy. This next one is kind of a great price on a really special stone too. This is rose muscovite. So this is we all associate muscovite with healing, right? So, but this is the rose color of it from Brazil. And this is about clarity in love and wisdom in love, knowing what to do to follow your heart but make good choices. So anyway, Robin knows all about muscovite, but a lot of people don't realize that muscovite is a stone of manifestation too, and really deep healing. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
and they're $19. Yeah.
So muscovite is along the same lines as mica. There's little differences between a mica and a muscovite, but pretty much it's pretty similar in ideas of it. So it does grow in those flaky lines, and that's what you're seeing here. is those
And they
lines.
do have a little shimmer to them.
They have a little bit of a shimmer and a shine to them. So it's like lepidolite. If you look at lepidolite and how it has that purple,
Yep.
this is the rose color, so it has the pink, so it has manganese infused into it. But it still does have a little bit of the purple in there, so it
Yeah.
still holds that lithium.
Yep.
So
It's
you're
beautiful.
so you're getting your lithium and you're getting your manganese to really get you to that like place to have that peace and love. And it really does help you remove pain from your past wounds.
It does.
So you can really just, be more positive and loving.
It's the way she put it is really accurate, because I think this is a kind of a perspective stone. Once you see things with clarity, and that's what muscovite is usually about, then you can kind of detach from it a little bit and not be so influenced by it. Like, not everything affecting you all the time is what that's about.
Anna.
Manganese.
Manganese.
We love manganese around here.
So as you can see here, these do actually have quartz in the matrix as well.
They do.
So you can use it as the center of a grid.
Yeah, that's a great point too. So congratulations. Yep, they're little towers. Stargazer Creates, it has a great question. So I don't remember if we did a really thorough job of the rules when we started. So
I think we skipped over it.
I think we did. So anyway, thank you for bringing us back to that point. Nobody called us out on it, I don't think, so we'll call ourselves out. I'll call myself out. So everything is for sale. You have to wait until you see the gold box around Team SG before you shop. You need to see the item and the price. Most of you are doing that already, but in case you're new. And you do have to have an account at sagegoddess.com. That's how we send you your invoice after you're done shopping. Everything ships for free, by the way. So that's one of the really big party benefits of these sales, is that you don't pay shipping, and some of the items are heavy, right? So it really adds up. Please only bid if you're serious. And then by setting up an account on sagegoddess.com, that's how we find you to send your invoice, and then we ship your items to you once you've paid. And we ship everywhere in the world. Yay! So we're glad you're here. And you don't have to set up your account right now. Like, you could open another tab and set it up, but just before maybe, end of the day tomorrow, so we can send you your invoice. So thank you for that. Got to pay for what you win. Okay. Robin's over there with my favorite tweezers, because we're going to show you some cut stones. We know you love them. We get really excited about them too. These are, I'm in my obsession with marquee or marquise, depending on how you pronounce it, cut stones. Because for me, it's very feminine. And it represents duality and union, but it also represents polarity, which is one of my favorite concepts, right? So these are citrine. They're about a quarter to a third of a carat each. They're $33. They are natural, and the quality is stunning. We have 47 of them. So if you want a beautiful marquee cut citrine. What I will tell you is, for me, with cut and faceted stones, I like to just have them in my bra. You could have them set into jewelry, and I think that's an amazing idea. But these are easy to carry in your pocket too, easy to carry in your purse, and they're beautiful. So it's just a way of having a little bit of a fancier version of the stone. And these are well cut, so congratulations.
What's really fun...
These are citrine, by the way, Team SG. I just wanted to adjust your comment, because they may not be seeing. So the Team SG's price is correct, but the stone is citrine.
So what I like to do with these is I like to, you know how you have your little reading bowls with tumbled stones?
Yeah.
I like doing them with the faceted stones.
That's
too.
rad. Yeah.
And so it's you have a little bowl, and it's you just go through them, and you can pick one for the day. And to read about
That's what
it.
Cynthia Romero said too. She has a little tiny bowl.
Oh, yeah?
And she puts her stones in there too. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. International shipping is $5 per item. It's free within the U.S. Thank you for correcting me there. So congrats. Yep, $33. You can just say sold 33 citrine, and we'll get one for you. It's one of my favorite stones for abundance. There's so many we've talked about the last couple of days, because we had the chance to talk about demantoid garnet yesterday in our gem group on Facebook, which, by the way, is back open. It's a private group, but it's free to join. We'd love to have you there. Robin and I are doing some fun things in there, so if you want to join our Gemstone Facebook group, we'll put the link up for you in the feed. We'd love to have you there. You're welcome. Congratulations. Yeah, Heather Gallimore said, make sure your preferred email is in your SG account. That's very important. So thank you for that. Okay, now we're going to get you a water bottle. I love this one. This was from our Living Magic class. We had a few dozen of them left, and so we thought we would offer them to you at a really great price. They're all insulated, lined in stainless steel, but they're that gorgeous sage green color with our Living Magic logo, which had the hummingbird on it. So these are $18. If you want one, they're there. I also like it too because even if you aren't thinking about the class, the idea of living magic is just a cool concept. I think that's where you were.
That's where I was going with it because this is actually my aunt's favorite color. This
Really?
color green is like one of her all-time favorite colors. So for Christmas this past year, I actually gave her one of these water bottles with some other things.
That's cool.
And she absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
She's a Pilates instructor.
Yeah.
And she goes to like yoga and everything all the time.
Yeah.
And she says that she has been taking this one with her now everywhere she goes.
I love
and when
that.
she's teaching, and people keep asking, where'd she get it? Where'd she get it? Where'd she get it?
That's cool.
And she goes, oh my gosh, you put ice in there and it keeps it cold
Yeah.
all day.
It really does. And it will not open and spill on you. That's one of my big gripes with bottles, right? So it's secure. And then if you put hot beverages in there, like I put my chai in there, sometimes in the morning, it keeps it hot. So it does all the things. But if you need a good water bottle, this is the prettiest one we have.
Yeah, so from somebody that goes from Pilates
class
class to yoga class.
And it's lightweight.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's
she
not
throws
heavy.
it in her bag and she doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Congratulations,
So.
you guys. Okay. Now, a lot of you came for the wand. I don't blame you. I'm doing a special price on this wand for you, even lower than the price we had originally thought, because each one of these is made by hand. There's just not a lot of things like that anymore, right? So this is the angel wand. A lot of you were calling it the angel wand. It does have an angelic feel to it. This is rainbow fluorite on the top and rose quartz on the bottom with your other cabochons in there. We're doing these for $99. These are 7 to 8 inches, and all of the clay work is done by hand. Beautiful. Double charm. I know. We'll never have anything like that again, and definitely not for $99. Not with all the handmade details on it. So a double terminated wand, we've talked a lot about this, right? About sending and receiving energy. So you can open and close your circles with it, activate your grids with it. It's really kind of all you need. In a wand, and then you can talk about the cabochons too, because I think they're so beautiful.
Yeah, what's funny was my husband, he's not like into like a bunch of like the wands and stuff.
Yeah.
He's just like he saw this one and he goes, I like that one. I'd get that one.
That's a big deal when someone who's not wandy, you know what I mean, like gets into it.
Yeah, he was like, oh my gosh, I like that one.
Well, I think because there's something about the face. I have a friend in the UK who makes, you've seen the goddesses that she makes. And every face is different. And there's something about if you can capture a face, there really is. It's almost haunting. So, and then, you don't want to see someone not do a good job with a face, because the opposite can be true too.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It kind of ruins the pieces.
So the cabs that you're seeing on here, up here is citrine.
Yeah.
And down here is carnelian.
So crown chakra, solar plexus, sacral, and heart. Mm-hmm. Almost all your bases covered.
And then I was looking through these, and I was like, oh my gosh, not only are they beautiful, but so much of the rose quartz pieces have like little hematoid inclusions.
Yeah.
Like I saw there's some red hematoid in this one.
Beautiful,
I saw some others with some yellow hematoid inclusions.
So it's more grounding when it has those additional inclusions too. This would be a great gift to give for Christmas. Debbie, I love that. Mm-hmm. And you should think about, while we're doing these prices here and on sagegoddess.com right now, a lot of people are holiday shopping. I don't blame you, because we're not going to have opportunities like this in the future. Mm-hmm. So now is a great time to, why not put it away or someone's birthday that is later in the year?
Yeah.
Or the Leos in your life who are right around the corner.
Not too far away.
You're not too far away. So congrats on the wands. Those are beautiful.
And we like to, really be adorned with things.
Leos are always very happy to help you with the shopping list. You know what I mean? Like, would you like me to edit it, preview it,
Add things to
it? My daughter's like that. She will have a wish list all designed with the links and stuff. Like, she makes it very convenient to spend money on her.
I set it up so my husband and I have a shared Christmas list account where you have to put the name of the item, the link to the item, specific notes for the item.
Oh, notes for the item. See, this is where it gets interesting.
Because if I want the right thing.
Yeah, well, as you should, darling. Okay, so this is our charity item. Next, if you've been with us for a long time, you know that one of the things we like to do is put good energy back out into the field and say thank you for all the support that we've received. And so we're pretty intentional about the charity items because we also think the energy of the carving goes to the charity. So I'll let you take this one away, but it's $299. It is clear quartz Ganesha on top of prasiolite in sterling.
Yeah, so this is a one-of-a-kind piece, and this is one of the largest pieces of faceted prasiolite I have seen in a long time.
Yeah.
But prasiolite is green amethyst, and how it becomes green is actually through intense heat. Mm-hmm. So as the amethyst has grown, just naturally in the heat from the heat of the earth, it has heated it up so much it turned it green. So it's really cool because there's not like really another inclusion.
It's true.
It's transformed by fire.
Yeah.
And then of course the Ganesha on top, which is he is the deity to remove obstacles. And
so this is going to remove obstacles to your health. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, we always talk about amethyst as like removing. It's a detoxifier. Right. And it doesn't just remove toxins. It removes what's too heavy for your body because you could be working with something that isn't toxic, but it's toxic to you. Mm-hmm. And the stone world is an accurate way and on the energetic level to be able to discern what those things are and do something about it. So amethyst does that for your soul. Prasiolite does that for your body. And then the pink amethyst does that for your heart. So I think this is a good one around like if you're facing health challenges, which almost everybody is on some level, right? So it's like, and then what you want to do with Ganesha is focus in on what is the obstacle, right? And moving your way toward health and alignment. So congratulations. I'm really stoked that that's going to one of you. And then what happens is every dollar of that $2.99.
I was just about to say that.
Goes to the charity of your choice.
Yeah, so when you get your invoice, make sure it's like you let them know which charity you want it to go to, so we can be able to send the money out to them. And we believe that they don't just get the money, but they're also getting the energy of the piece as well. So whichever charity is going to get the removal of of all those obstacles as well.
Yay. So Juniper got that one.
Yay!
So congratulations, Juniper. Really excited to see where you choose. And people are so thoughtful. You really are so thoughtful about the diversity of places that you choose. And because we do other philanthropy at SG, there have been times where I've learned about charities from you guys and then decided later down the road to give to that charity myself. So it's just kind of cool. I feel like it's a learning process. So yay for that. Okay, the next item up is the iridescent pyrite. And I know both of us as Leos will have all kinds of things to say about these. We were even going to do them at $39. I'm going to do them for $34 tonight. That is, I will tell you, on a 3.35-inch rainbow pyrite sphere from Brazil is a crazy price. They are worth a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Closer to $65 or $70. So,
these are 1.5 to 2 inch.
1.5 to 2 inch, yeah. Sorry. But I said they're from Brazil. They're from Indonesia. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. No, but it's crazy. Like, the price on this is crazy because rainbow pyrite is so rare.
It is. It is
rare.
Extremely rare.
Yeah.
The rainbow colors come from oxidization of the pyrite itself.
Yeah.
So this has to have been out and open to the weathering outside for so long that it was able to oxidize. Yeah. Where a lot of times when that happens, it's like it ends up getting covered with dirt or something to make it so it doesn't oxidize, or it wears away just due to erosion or something, and so that takes that off. So finding pockets where it actually has been able to oxidize naturally is almost unheard of.
Incredible. So it's not aura treated, you know, like that's that a lot of people are like, oh, is that an aura pyrite sphere? No. And what's miraculous is the fact that we would even think it is such a testament to the process it goes through.
So this is what it would look like without the oxidization.
Yeah.
Because when they carved it, they had to carve away that coating.
That's right.
And that's what it looks like when it oxidizes.
Yeah.
So that's what the thing that I think is so cool about these is that you get to see both colors.
That's true. Yeah. So, you know, pyrite is always associated with confidence, the solar plexus, right? Rainbow pyrite, which is rare, but you do find it. There's another pocket that comes out of Russia. So this is the Indonesian. But it associates all of the aspects of abundance. So again, this is like confidence in all directions. Personal confidence, spiritual confidence, which is important. Mental confidence, confidence in your abilities. So, yeah, I think they're beautiful.
I love them. I love pyrite. I always have.
I do too. But rainbow stones in nature are not common. To see the whole, see the whole spectrum of colors, very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations. There were 24 of those.
I think the only two that really do that, where it's the full spectrum on their own, is spectrolite and amylite.
Yeah. Did you just come up with that right now? That's pretty impressive.
Well, I was just thinking about it.
I can't think of anything else that
I can't think of anything else.
I don't know if I would have even remembered in this moment spectrolite, but you're right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you guys think of any other stones that are pleochroic like that show the whole spectrum? I can't think of anything else right now. Anyway, yay. As she and I are here sitting here trying to
random thoughts that go into my head.
How many actual rainbow stones are there? There are rainbows inside of stones, right? Like where you do feel like you see the whole spectrum, but even that, it's like it's more pink or it's more green. Yeah. Anyway, if you come up with another one, let us know. It's kind of a fun, fast fact. Bismuth, which is a metalloid, but it's full spectrum. So that adds something to our list.
Peacock ore actually does not have the full spectrum. It goes more towards the violets and the blues with a little bit of the pinks and the greens, but it very, very rare. It's rarely will you have like a red.
The super juicy ones do, but it's rare.
Yeah.
But not red. You're right.
It's not going to get the red.
That was a good call. Rainbow obsidian, rainbow hematite from that mountain. Yeah, you know what, Fontes, do you remember that? Do you remember that story? That was so nuts. That the whole mountainside is made out of rainbow hematite in that part of Brazil, and that they would chisel it so that the dust would fall down on the ground for a festival. Like, crazy stories from all these years. But okay. Let's talk about a pleasure candle. I actually taught about pleasure last night and seduction. I did. In my apothecary class, we're talking about seduction this month. And we talked about Damiana and Rose as two of the pleasure oils. We really, really did. So this is back from when we were doing the I Initiate series. So we had a few of these candles left, and it's Rose and Damiana with a rose topper. And it's just as good today as it was when we first made it. So we have 16 of these.
Oh my goodness.
For $22. And then that's it. That's the last of our quantity of I Initiate pleasure. So yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to make the candle because it's real rose and real Damiana. It's intoxicating.
Yeah.
So congratulations. It's a pleasure candle.
Yeah, you guys are lucky because with us moving, I'm going through everything.
Yeah.
And all these little goodies that are here and there, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm only going to bring them to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So she gets to like take things and set them aside for these shows and these sales, which I think is pretty cool. But that was a good call on that one. Sometimes the candles are even stronger, you know? If you burn them, 6 months or a year later, they're even stronger. Those ones are extremely strong. You need to love rose to love that candle because it's strong. Yeah, I know. She picked the sexiest quartz. We're calling these quartz magic points They are kind of magic. They've got all kinds of things going on in them. So
I got caught up because even though I looked at this exact piece now, like I don't know how many times.
I saw a heart in this one. You got to show them what we're talking about. But these are $39. We have 34 of them. These are 4 to 5 inches of like the sexiest, most interesting, etched and
Lemurian, and
they're everything.
They have record keepers, phantoms. They're all going to be different. So your pieces aren't going to all have the same inclusions.
Yeah.
But like this one here has a full chlorite phantom inside of it.
This one has holographic record keepers on it.
Yeah.
On the face. Oh, this one has more. Well, these are still holographic, but it's for sure. There's like a forest of trees on the surface there.
Yeah, and then this one has a whole bunch of like inner child right here.
And look at that shaman portal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're so beautiful.
And this one, the Lemurian lines are even growing up onto the face, which is very rare.
Yeah. It's just, if you want what we think is kind of like the coolest quartz, you know, that each one has been kind of like hand, you know, picked and hand looked at, and for all the details, like this is what we think is the best of the best. But I love the chlorite in this one. It makes it like a seafoam green almost, and it's got like 18,000 little micro points on the side.
Yeah, and then look at the Lemurian on that right there, full ladder.
Yep. Yeah, and the lines are really strong on these. If they're Lemurian, which most of the ones I've seen are, the lines are very strong.
Yeah.
And the shaman portal is an indentation. It's actually an attachment point for another quartz point.
Yeah.
But it has to be deep enough to hold a drop of water.
Which this would be right here. Very easy.
And then if it is, what it represents is a portal between the worlds. So we work with those in shamanic practice.
This one's got a green tourmaline rod going through it.
Dude, look at that.
Look at that right there.
See that? Look more closely. I know.
So for you
really
guys
cool.
to see, it's right there. But I'm showing her.
It is that, yeah.
Right?
It's very thin. It's like a little shard of it. It's not a... It's beautiful.
I want you guys to see what I'm seeing, because it's rare to find that. So right here on this, it looks like a little speck there, but then when I twisted it, you can see it going through.
Yeah, and it's really, it's
there
not...
it is. That's a green tourmaline rod.
That is so rad, you guys. All right, congratulations.
So I can get like stuck on these.
We can't promise that you're gonna get that one. I know you.
But this is the one. That's not even the one I was stuck on at first. This is the one I was stuck on at first, and this isn't even the one that caught my attention to bring to the
look
scale.
at them. No, but we agree on this. The more you look at them, you're like, oh, and then that, and then that, and then that. Like there's 10 different things going on in those. So, again, those are $39. That's the quartz magic points. Do they want us to do the surprise bags next or something?
We can do one of the others and save these for later.
Well, let's do the. What do you have at the ready? In terms of the quantity for the team, I just wanted to make sure that was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you guys doing, Team SG? Yeah, her bracelet, I think it sold, but that's the Uvarovite garnet.
Oh yeah,
it's incredible.
It sold, but I liked it.
Yeah. We wear things till the end if we really, really like them.
Like the Selenite ring.
Mm-hmm. Or we wear things forever, like my Scarab ring that I'm never going to take off.
Yeah. I love this Selenite ring. It is so beautiful. I think we still have some of the Selenite rings in stock. Let me see. We do.
Okay, yeah. We have more of the gold than we have of the silver, though. So if you want the Selenite ring, you can go ahead and comment. Those were $99 each. Okay. Let's do, what would you like to do next if we're not going to go right to surprise bags?
We can do this other ring.
Okay, let's do that. Let's see, what number is that? Oh, that's the, okay, here, I got it. We have 10 of these. If you were interested in rings, I think this is one of our last rings of the show, if I'm not mistaken. But it is a gorgeous one. This is the Healer's Heart ring. That's what I call it.
Well, it fits.
Yeah, it's rhodochrosite with prehnite, and it has instead of usually we do yellow gold, but this one has some rose gold details too. It's just sweet. It's in sterling silver. These are adjustable. We have 10 of them at $69. These should have been $119. So $69. If you've seen our sterling silver jewelry, we never have rings at $69. Not ones as intricately designed as these are. So green is prehnite. It heals the healer, right? And then rhodochrosite heals the heart. So it's healing the healer's heart. Isn't that beautiful? I love that.
And I love the symbolism of it.
Yeah.
It's very much as above, so below for me.
Yeah. Well, those three stones, you know, in India, and Shram and I have talked a lot about this, the shape is similar to something called the Vajra. And so the middle stone, or the middle piece of the carving, represents us, right, in the physical world. And then the stone above you represents the spirit world, and the stone below you represents the world below, right, the stones and the ancestor bones. So it's kind of the three world ring concept, but with heart chakra stones. So,
Yeah.
But not very many of those. Like I said, we only had 10, so congratulations.
Congratulations.
For your healer's heart. Your healer's heart probably needs a stone ring, you know, like something that you can wear every day and carries the energy of that. Yeah, Liz said as a nurse, prehnite is her favorite. Yeah. Well, because, I mean, you're in the middle of helping everybody all day long, and who's looking out for you?
Do we want to bring in one of the extra special ones before we do these?
I'm gonna let you drive.
Okay, I kind of want to do an extra special one.
Okay.
You guys want sound tools?
Oh. This is an extra special one, and Robin brought this one in for you. So I think this is worth getting excited about. You know, we made our own sound tools for a while at Sage Goddess, and it was a painstaking process. I mean, we would get multiple samples because it, you know, something about it could have been perfected, right? So by the time it got to you, I'm really proud of the sound tools that we brought you. And the prices have been amazing, but we're doing an extra special price on this tonight. So you want to tell them? I don't have the information, so.
It's at the end of the year.
Is it there? Oh, okay. Maybe I do have the information, everybody. Oh, I do have the information. Okay, never mind. Okay, so what was the original price on these? Do you remember?
The original price on these was $6.99.
$6.99. Okay, so we only have 15 of them.
14 of them. They just told me 14.
14 of them. Okay. This is the root chakra. Okay, but I also found it to be very sacral. But it is attuned to the sea root, which is for the root chakra. It's got carnelian stones in the handle, but you can, if she turns it the other direction, you can unscrew the top and put your own stones inside, which is why this is so rad. And it's made completely of quartz. They're $499 each. It comes with the carrying case if you want them. And this is the only chance to get them. Once they're gone, they're gone. In all of my years, I never ever found a singing tool that you could refill the stones in a handle. Like that was next level.
So you can change it out depending on what you're working on, what you want to.
Can you imagine putting your cut and faceted stones in there?
Oh.
Oh my God. Like this would be so, that's next level. I know. So when I play this, you should feel it between your ovaries and your testes and down to your root. And because it's quartz, it keeps playing until you stop it. If it was just glass, I wouldn't do that. And if you want to... Isn't that amazing? So congratulations, you guys. I know. That is a special, special tool. There were a handful of things that were so expensive to make. Sharon was asking why these weren't 75% off. They were so expensive for us to make, so we set those aside. So this is like basically our cost on these tools. They
Yeah.
were very expensive to make. But yeah, I wanted to make sure if you guys wanted one that we could bring them to you. So congratulations. And like I said, just a handful of those left. We had 14 of them.
And it comes
So,
with
congrats.
the bag that custom fits the bowl.
And then your little mallet piece goes right there on the side. Yay! Yep. Yeah, I know. But thank you for appreciating them, because the process was arduous, but the result I thought was really beautiful. And if I would have thought, and I was worried about this at the time, that having the stones in the handle might throw the sound off, like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought it would make a difference, and I think if anything, that plays better with the stones in the handle. And I've thought about it too, like, what else could you put in there, right? You could put herbs in there to charge them, like,
Oh.
or salt, you know,
Yeah.
for keeping your sacred space clean. I didn't try experimenting with it to put, like, not fill it with salt to see if it would serve as almost like a rattle. So anyway, kind of cool, like, fun alternative ideas if you want a new tool to work with in your collection. So, okay.
That's really cool.
Now, no. But that was good. We jumped ahead. We are coming back to, actually,
Number 33.
yeah, I just don't want to forget the surprise bags.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that to you not to forget, because that's your thing.
Oh, I won't.
Okay. No, I know. These are one of our, I love this stone. She loves this stone.
We have some naughty Heathers in the...
Uh-oh, what is Heather doing now? Did you put your weight in there? Oh my God. But you can. Okay, we're gonna bring it back and behave ourselves. This is one of the most beautiful stones that we've ever brought to you out of Indonesia, and it is really big magic. And when these double terms came in, we thought these were stunning. The original price on these, I think, was I don't remember, was it $59 or $69 or something like that. So these are $29. We have about 4 dozen of them left. This is sagenite, Plume sagenite.
These are so cool. So what's really cool is this is one of the most rare things to find, because quartz-bearing stone that containing both sagenite agate and the plume agate is almost unheard of.
Yeah.
Only 5% of the available agate in the world has sagenite in it.
Yep.
So that's already very, very minuscule, because
Yep.
it's just 5%. But then to have the plume agate on top of that, you're looking at maybe 1%
Yep.
of the agate in the world has both. And these contain both of those elements in there.
And those are those feather-like inclusions or markings that you're seeing. So in some circles, not all circles, this is known as phoenix stone, okay? Because the plume represents kind of like the phoenix feathers. And because the area that this comes from is volcanic, so there are always trace elements of volcanic residue in plume agate, so we think of it as like rising from the ashes.
Yeah.
And some of them are more feathered than others, and Robin's kind of showing you the intricacies of each one. But because there's quartz in there, it can serve as a wand, right? So it's sort of sending and receiving that energy of rising up from whatever challenges you've been through in your life. So yeah, $29. It's just a great all-purpose tool because of the fact that it's got the double term shape. It's quartz based, but it has all the legends around that, the plume formation too.
Exactly. And that plume is because when it was developing and when it was, the agate was creating itself, there were inclusions of manganese and other oxides and iron and so many other things to give it the different colors. And that's why you'll find it in the different colors. Like sometimes you'll see the plume here in the black. Sometimes you'll see a plume in like a purple, or the plume can be in a pink,
That's
depending
true.
on the different oxides that are in there as it was being developed.
Yep.
But then the sagenite that you're seeing, that is the rutile that you're seeing going through it.
Yep.
And the rutile is a mix. It's not like regular golden rutile. Sagenite is different. Sagenite is a mixture of goethite, hematite, and lepidocrosite within the rutile to make a sagenite. So goethite, hematite, and lepidocrosite are all 3 stones that you're going to find in your Super 7.
Yeah.
So having 3 of those elements that are creating the actual blade of the rutile going through here is what makes it so rare.
Yeah.
So having two different rare formations, that plume and that sagenite, is
Isn't that interesting?
just...
Because the fact that it looks like rutile, which is another component of the Super 7, it's almost like a Super 4.
Right?
Which makes sense, right? Like if you, the price of a Super 7 wand this size would not be $29, right?
No.
So you get a lot of like the healing stones out of that combination, but in a more affordable format.
Right?
That was really interesting, Robin.
Yeah, thank you.
I know. I always learn when we're together too, which is always fun for me.
I appreciate the people that like to
Yeah.
geek out with me.
I think we all do. Like, I think most of us feel this way, where the metaphysical stuff around stones is interesting, but a lot of times the geology informs the metaphysics, right? Like where it comes from and what it's gone through sometimes is relevant to the conversations about the metaphysical properties.
I just wanted you guys to have a chance to really see inside this stone.
That's insane. It looks like a kelp forest.
To see what it is that I'm talking about.
So rad. Yeah, that's a great shot, Robin. I mean, that's so beautiful. That looks like something. Remember when we did our stone calendar? It looks like something that would have been featured in the calendar.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, this planet is pretty magical. All right, congrats, you guys. If you saw my live today, I made inappropriate comments about the next item. I did. I was like, how big do you want it? And then I said, what are you going to do with 14 or 15 inches? Really? Go ahead, Robin. Now she doesn't want to touch it. I didn't do anything with it. I just talked about it. I didn't... Nothing inappropriate happened with this 14 to 15 inch pointy hard thing we're about to show you. But it's gorgeous, and it's big.
It's quite large.
It's large. What I said about you guys is, if we give them 7 inches, they'll say, do you have 8 inches? If we give them 8 inches, they'll say, do you have 9 inches? If we give you 9 inches, you'll say, do you have 10 inches? So now we have 15 inches. What do you want, 20 inches?
So, this isn't going to fit on any of the other cameras.
Go ahead, Robin.
This is...
Really? Like, she just walked right into that. Like, this isn't even going to fit.
Well, might fit some. You never know.
Okay. It's $99.
It's sphalerite and fluorite.
It's $99.
It's sphalerite with fluorite. We only have 6. So if you want one of the largest sphalerite with fluorite obelisks ever,
here's Jesus, and here's Jesus taking the wheel over here, trying to help us.
So sphalerite is really cool.
Stacy Keister. Congratulations. I don't even think you guys care what it does.
I put my finger in it.
I think you'd buy it if I said that's a blah, blah, blah. You'd be like, sold 15 inches. Good God. And Heather Winkler isn't even to blame for any of this.
I know.
She's not responsible here. Proud of you guys tonight. Really proud of you. For
stepping up.
For going big. I don't know. I wanted to be better behaved, but I was always associated with the wrong kids. I stand by that.
No.
The better behaved kids never really liked me.
They don't, because they don't fit in with us.
No.
They're not at our level.
But they weren't interested in having lunch with me or anything, so I ended up with the other comedians, and
they were more fun.
Here we are. Okay. This is another one where I was like, the price is just really crazy. This is Druzy moss agate. So, most moss agate is beautiful. It's one of my favorite stones for cheering you up, getting you to look on the brighter side. Everything in life is perspective, right? Like, I'm sure you could spend all day, every day worrying about something in your life, but is that any way to really live your life? No. So, and everybody's the same way. Everybody's got something they could just spend all their time worrying about. So what moss agate reminds you is to look on the brighter side, that there's a silver lining, right, to every situation, even if you can't see it at the time, which I understand. We have 20 of these at this quality for $34, and that's it. These are mostly quartz. with veins of moss agate, as opposed to all green with little veins of quartz. So that's why this is just a whole different quality.
And what's really cool
They're
about it is because moss agate is actually a form of dendritic agate.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone knows that about it. But what makes the moss is actually dendrites that are made up of hornblende, chlorite, manganese, and iron.
Manganese.
Manganese.
I think Hannah was making that into a drinking game. Every time you say manganese.
She likes manganese.
I already drank all my Dr. Pepper, so I can't participate.
But
anyway, congratulations.
But so yeah, it's actually a form of a dendritic stone.
Well, and, it makes sense, right? Because some of the rivers actually look like fern. Dendrites to me always look like fern. So she's got pockets there, but this one has like a big blue Chalcedony heart on the side. They're gorgeous.
They're beautiful.
You guys. It looks like the planet.
I was going through the whole lot, and I'm like, well, which one am I going to take up to show you guys? I'm like, oh, I like this one. Oh, but I like this one. And but I like this one. And I finally had to be like, okay, I just have to choose one. So
I just pick one.
I actually put them all down. I closed my eyes and grabbed one. And that was this one.
That's funny, though. It's easy with stones that have all this patterning on them to get totally lost in the magic of them.
That and when you have ADD.
I love this. I know, me too. This pendant is beautiful, by the way. This is really stunning. If you love hummingbirds, like, your ears should be perking up. I'm going to do this one for $199 tonight. The original price was $299, and then our sale price was $249. But that is, $199 is a screaming deal for this. That is one of the most beautiful rutilated pendants with a cut and faceted pink tourmaline on the side and the magic of the hummingbird.
Well, it's a copper rutile too, which is
it
different.
Looks like rose gold.
Yeah, which is different.
Yeah.
Than a regular golden rutile, and it's more rare than a regular golden rutile.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful, you guys? Mm-hmm. So remember, all of the rutiles prepare you for transformation, and the copper for me. Robin's right. We've had maybe half a dozen copper rutilated pendants in the whole time we've been doing this, and especially to have that clarity. I think for me, the copper rutile is about helping you move through transformation, because copper does that in its own way, and then pink tourmaline keeps your heart open after heartbreak. So this is a really, really special one to both of us, and I'm excited to see who gets that one. What? Because she's shaking?
Oh, Max.
I know, because she's shaking our rainmaker. So congratulations. I hope it goes home to somebody really special tonight who's going through maybe some changes or has come out of some changes. Maybe it can mark the end of your struggles. Be a cool talisman for that. All right, congratulations. Where are we going now? Starlight. Are we going to surprise bag? What are we doing?
We can do a surprise bag.
Yeah, I think now's a good time because we've had a moment to catch up, so I think we should do it. All right, but you're going to talk about these. We are doing a special pricing on our surprise bags tonight. We are. So we took a little bit off of them for you, and she's doing 50 of them. These surprise baskets are always kind of already discounted because whatever you spend, you get at least twice that in products, and Robin custom makes them for everybody, which is why there's only 50 of them. So go ahead, Robin.
Yeah, so each one is custom built, and this is just a idea of what you might get.
They're $89 tonight. 89.
89. Yeah. And you're going to get a minimum of $150 worth of product.
Yep.
Minimum.
Yep. Some of them are worth more. Like $200 and $250. Some of them. Seriously. So this is why everybody loves our surprise packages.
And especially right now with us like going through the move and we're like really opening up everything.
She's found so much new stuff, you guys. It's insane.
I'm getting so excited. I've been like, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this.
I know.
So get ready, guys.
No, we're having fun. I know it sounds stressful to move, but it's actually so fun. It's like discovering the world all over again.
Right?
Yeah.
So this one has just like a little clear quartz bracelet for you to wear around. This has the spikenard intention balm.
I love that so much.
Me too.
It's like a solid perfume, and you know how much I feel about spikenard. It's so awesome.
This has our patchouli Palo Santo. And oh my god. Yes.
gonna stick it up my nose over here. I need to make a patchouli Palo Santo perfume.
Oh, yes. So this one, it has a little skeletal smoky quartz generator. And this one, the skeleton is so big, you can stick your finger in it. I like stones that I can stick my finger in. Oh, wow, she didn't say something.
No. What am I going to do with that? Where am I going to go with that? That isn't going to be like, you know.
This is a Uruguayan amethyst cluster. You can tell that by that rich, deep purple that you see in there.
And the banding on the side.
The
it always
banding.
has more of the Chalcedony kind of like rivers. The agate banding on the side is usually Uruguay.
Talking about that right
Isn't
there.
that beautiful? That's gorgeous. Oh, we should get more of those. I really do love those.
This one's got a face.
It does.
You guys, when I look at
It's not
this face-
Oscar.
Hi.
Yeah, actually, he looks about as grumpy as Oscar, though. He
Hi.
could be a new Oscar.
So this is a blue hemimorphite sphere, which, yeah, she knows. She knows.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
And this is a bloodstone vogel,
That is beautiful.
a teal fluorite pillar.
That's gorgeous.
Great color on that.
That is beautiful. It's really, really blue in person. It looks a little green on the screen, but it's like super tealy.
Then some blue lotus.
Have to have blue lotus. Blue lotus, if you brew it as a tea, like takes the edge off.
Yeah.
And then if you burn it as an incense, it opens your third eye and decalcifies your pineal gland.
And of course, I always have to send some smudging tools. So here's your little white sage. Get some nice sleep.
Yeah. That is a really important blend rev for sleep. Yeah.
And then this beautiful candle.
I love that candle so much. It was one of our astrology candles that we did, but that one, the smell of it, the candle
so
holder.
Good.
Congratulations. Okay, we only have 50 surprise bags, so comment and we'll capture you if you're one of the first 50. And it's the lowest price we've ever done on a surprise bag that Robin does, like these. So you're getting all the things at a really good price tonight.
Yeah. And I'm making these ones extra good.
Yay. She makes the best. No, honestly, you can see people's, when they're commenting in the feed, they'll even say, oh my God, I got my surprise bag. You were so spot on. Her intuition is so good. And when she's the best stone picker. Oh my God, look at that. No, show them that. Those are terminated inside there. You guys, no, you have to see inside of this. I know these are already gone, but dude, show them that. That is insane. I've actually never seen a stone with an open pocket like that where the points inside are terminated. Just a stone geek out for a second. Like, what? Watch as she turns it. The points inside are terminated. Whoa. That's insane. That's insane. That would be a rad pendant to like turn it upside down, the point, and put a cap on it and wear that as a necklace. My friend Sylvia does that stuff where she'll turn the point upside down and cap it. That's just bomb. Nicely done, Robin. Okay, congratulations. You guys are stoked. You're gonna get some rad stuff. Are you leaving this for me? I almost took your patchouli Palo Santo stick. I can't resist patchouli in any form. So, okay. I know. I'm glad you got to see that with me. That was rad. Okay. Starlight perfume. So we bring back a select number of items. I'm doing these at $19 a bottle tonight. So just as a little special treat for you because the ingredients in this one are very expensive. This one has rose and it has immortelle, which is one of the oils for everlasting life, eternal youth, all the things. It's like incredibly anti-aging. It's got patchouli, rose, Palo Santo, copaiba, and orange. And it's dreamy. So Starlight is about making wishes, and Immortelle is about living your dreams and living forever. So
I love it.
yeah.
I can't help it. I have to smell them.
Yeah. It would go really well with the other scent that we had tonight because the notes are compatible.
The Odin?
Yeah. And this one goes really well with patchouli too, which I always like.
I love layering them.
Yeah, I do too. So congratulations, Starlight perfume. We have about 4 dozen bottles of Starlight left. And that's the end of Starlight. These are ones we're retiring too, so you're getting something that like won't be made again. Just kind of exciting. The one that my friends were most grateful for recently was Bliss. I have several personal friends who were like, but you'll always be able to make it for me, right? And I'm like, no, I honestly can't get one of the ingredients now for Bliss. And they're like, wait, but what? And I'm like, no, it'll never be made again. So if you have not shopped sagegoddess.com, if there's any Bliss left, there was yesterday. It's 75% off with code MAGIC75 while we have the sale going. Okay. My favorite pendant of the show, hands down, no apologies. This one's holy shit.
I can't believe it. So this is a Faden quartz point down the center. These are rubies.
Yep.
On like going around it. I love the setting. I love how it like holds it and it just like cradles that Faden quartz. It comes on a nice long chain, which is I like that. It's an 18-inch chain.
Yep. And it's a different texture of chain than our other chains for our necklaces. It's a little heavier duty. It's a Rollo chain, and it's substantial, right? Because the piece itself is so substantial. These are $149. They were supposed to be closer to $300. That is, each one is made by hand. We have 12. Those are rubies on top of the prongs. It's like a queen's pendant, and it's open on the back, right? So the energy is with you all the time. That is an insane necklace. So well, only 12 of them.
Yeah, and Faden quartz is so cool. To me, it's one of those wonder formations.
Me too.
Because it grows in this tabular formation, and that means it's a lot wider.
Yeah.
And so then see how thin?
Yeah.
But wide. And that
your nails look so good next to that. I'm like, hold it again, Robin. Her nails were made to hold that pendant, but yeah, isn't that gorgeous?
But there's also all Faden quartz has that growth line that goes through it, and it grows out from that growth line, and it has fibrous threads that run through each piece, and that's why you see like those little wispies going through it. And it basically what happens is as it grows, the stone is what they call injured. And then it causes it to break, and then that heals itself. And then when it heals itself with the same threads, pulling itself back together and up the growth line. So it grows, fractures, spreads out, and then grows back up the threads. And so without it breaking, it can't grow.
Yeah. I always call it the start-stop stone because those breaks stop its growth, and then it like forces itself forward, and it just reminds me of us, right? Like how many things have happened to you where you like it could have stopped you, right? But you kept growing. So I feel like it's a teacher, right? Like when you're having the hardest times, those are also right on the edge of a breakthrough moment usually. So anyway, congratulations. Happy for you. Team SG is posting the winners, Alma. I don't know if they've been posted yet, but stay tuned. They will. Yeah, it's very regal. There's something, I love metaphysical jewelry that has a regal look, because I do like fine jewelry. The bail on this, you wouldn't see on anything but fine jewelry, like the wider bail with the metal details, right? Like this looks like something that would have been an imperial Indian, piece. Like, I mean, I'm talking about like the Mughals of India when they had those royal pieces, but made out of quartz. So I love this for you.
Well, you just have to think each one of these little adornments had to be soldered on.
Yeah, by hand, like each one. That's why there's only 12 of these, right? So this is fine jewelry with metaphysical benefits.
And it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Like it fits nice.
Team SG is reminding you, I think it's great to make sure you're on live chat rather than top chat. Top chat makes it look like you want everything.
Yep.
Because it's gonna put your comments above everybody else's. So live chat shows you what we see more or less. So it's a more accurate view for you. Yay! Where did this one come from? The quartz itself? I'm not sure. Where the Faden pieces came from.
Where the Faden pieces, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We weren't able to track it down because you can find Faden in different areas around.
Yeah.
And so since I wasn't able to get a clear, direction.
The pieces were made in India, But the stone itself, we're not sure of the country of
Yeah,
origin.
and so I don't want to tell you something incorrect.
Yeah. Yay. Okay. Next up for you, there's a little story about this. So a lot of you know I had a friend, Victor, in Peru, who passed away right at the beginning of COVID. It was such a shock to all of us. And he was the one that I got these pieces from. This is one of the last Victor pieces in the building. So if you've been with me since that time, I'm sure you remember that. Really dear friend, incredible human being, just the biggest heart. And he would get so excited to send me messages on WhatsApp that he found something new. And this was one of the messages he sent me, like, oh my God, you got to check this out. And he literally was messaging me from the mine, like showing me all the quartz points in the chrysocolla. Some of them have aluminum in them. So there was citrine also in some of these pockets. So I have 23 of these larger pieces, 3 to 4 inches, for $69. And then that's it of this particular material. He carved some skulls for me out of it, if you remember. So we had a couple of like really special carving pieces, but this is the last of the material itself. So this is chrysocolla primarily with quartz, although some of them had some aluminum in them. There's a little bit of like malachite in them. So
Yeah, I've seen, as I was going through them, I found some shadokite, some malachite, some of the chrysocolla, and these are even to the point where it's been almost to the opal state of chrysocolla. It's such a
gorgeous.
Has such the high water content in there. And then I've seen some smoky quartz in there as well. So it's almost a quantum quattro.
Almost a quantum quattro in natural form. And they're a little sparkly too. You know, there's some mica layered over, so there's places where it's just like you'll see it glimmer. But yeah, if you know about the quantum quattro, that was my first healing stone when I was young. So
you can see this here. That's some cuprite.
Yeah, look how red that is. Which again, that makes sense, right? Because chrysocolla is one of the primary copper-bearing stones, but it grows with cuprite, malachite, shadokite, all of those other minerals too. So anyway, congratulations. I'm glad to see the remaining pieces from my dear friend going to you guys as collectors, because I haven't seen any more since those days.
Cool.
So it's really cool.
I love it when it gets to that state where it's almost an opal.
Yeah, and you don't see that very often. You know, a lot of not a lot of stones, but stones will opalize. You know, we've even had opalized citrine for you when there's heavy water content in the stone as a primary.
It has to have over 33% water.
Thank you. I don't have my readers on, but when you say things like that, I want to go put my readers on and go, darling. Okay, I'm going to let her talk about the coolest moldavite we've brought you. We only have a few pieces of it, though.
So we found, when we were, like, again, going through stuff, we found our museum quality moldavite.
Moldavite's like everything else. There's grades, right? There's rarer formations and types. So this is the best moldavite.
So as you can see, do you see that really nice green color? And do you see how it has that, like, these formations on it? You see how it's like spiky, more spiky on the outsides and like spiky around?
Like really defined lines is what you're looking at.
And even the ones that are more smooth, if you look up close on it, it's got that definition in there. And what that's called is a Southern Betiscence moldavite. And that makes it like one of the top quality moldavites on the planet.
Yeah.
Again, it still comes from the Czech Republic, still comes from that same meteor that hit.
Yep.
So we have two options for you of this. This one here, and we don't have a lot because it's really hard to get. This is the first one that I have in loose stones like this is 4 to 5 grams. Each piece is between 4 grams and 5 grams.
And those are $169 each. The spelling of the type of moldavite, by the way, is Besednice. So we always like kind of trip over it ourselves, but it's a very specific formation. Like to her point, it's got this very defined. She said spiky, which is kind of the best way to describe it. It's got a very defined, very like spiky texture to it, and you'll see like broader strokes of it and finer strokes of it that you don't normally see in your moldavite. So when you're looking at your moldavite online, this one has to have that specific name to it to qualify to be that type. So the 4 to 5 gram pieces are 169. We have 12, and then the 5 to 6 gram pieces are 199, and we have 4 of those.
But those are special.
Yeah, so she's going to show you the ones that are 199 have something else about them, and she's not here in the room, but Robin's going to tell you who wire wrapped these for you.
So I was going through all of this moldavite, and Hanalei comes into the office, and she's like, oh, gimme.
She was so excited.
She was so excited. She ended up taking these home and wire wrapping them herself.
Isn't that awesome, you guys?
So these are custom Hanalei wire wrapped pieces of moldavite. These are
for
5
$199
to 6 gram pieces.
Hanalei hasn't wire wrapped for us in a really long time. She's one of the best there is. Look at the bales on those pieces. I mean, to me, it's mesmerizing to look at because she's so accurate, right? So that's a really special treat to get one hand wrapped by Hanalei. She's the best. Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
And thank you, Hanalei, for doing that.
Yes.
That was rad.
Right?
So yeah, there's 2 gold, 2 silver. So you can choose which one you want if you have a preference. Just be really specific here. And then our team will capture it, or you can be specific in when you're paying your invoice, and we will do our best to get you the color of metal that you would like. Isn't that gorgeous? She can't do additional wire wraps, but if you want to comment sold on the wrapped piece and then let the team know you don't want your other piece, you can do that. I think Team SG can keep up with that.
Yeah, but these are the only 4 we
the only
have.
4, yeah. So we're not. But she was saying, could I comment sold on the wire wrap and say I didn't want the other one in case she gets it.
Yeah.
So, but you would lose your other piece is the only bummer. So anyway, good luck, everybody. They're gorgeous. And you could, if you wire wrap or you know someone who does, you could take your piece and have it wire wrapped. Hannah, I keep Hannah really busy.
Oh my gosh, look at how green that is.
Yeah, they're incredible. So they're an intense green. This is what qualifies as the super rare type. So the intensity of the green color and then the definition of the markings puts it in that subcategory of the super big magic.
So yeah, do you see when the light goes through it? Look at that. That's translucent right there.
Hey Max, could you do me a favor and grab me a soda? Thank you. I powered through my other one. I don't. Anything is good. That's a great shot, Robin. So we didn't really talk about the metaphysics of moldavite. You know, it's so funny. I think I make assumptions like, oh, everybody knows what moldavite is. So moldavite is a tektite. It's not a stone. And what does that mean? Well, it means a meteor struck the Earth about 21 million years ago in the Moldau Valley of Czechoslovakia, which is where that stone comes from. Thank you so much. Or that tektite comes from. So what happens is the meteor strikes the Earth. There's impact, right? It then bounces back, right? Reverberates away from the Earth. The pressure of the strike is so intense, so it pulls back. But as it interacts with the Earth's crust, there's some minor minerals and metals and other things that it extracts from the surface, and it melts the surface at the same time. So it melts some of those minerals into a glass. So basically, it's like a lava glass.
Yeah.
And then it cools and then returns to the Earth in the form of these incredible pieces, right? So some people won't work with it because they say they can't clear it. It's got extraterrestrial material. My experience is it's really good for awakening and, transformation and transcension and all the things that we're trying to.
I love it. I love moldavite. I use it a lot. I have it in my collection. I have regular pieces of it. I have faceted pieces of it. I have jewelry with it.
Yeah. And Robin knows her moldavite. We've been doing this for such a long time, and we've seen probably every version, and we've also seen fake.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we did. Somebody sent us fake one time.
Yeah.
And we were like, excuse me? Like, nope.
Yeah, it's like we're going through. I'm like, hey, we have fake a kite.
Yeah, no, we all laughed at it, but we actually really looked at it. Because it's part of the process of us getting educated and sent it right back. We're like, you know, that's not right to do. It's not a renewable resource. We're not going to grow more moldavite, right? So there is something about the rarity of it. And there's different tektites around the world. We're obsessed with all of them, but moldavite's, I don't know, got a special place, I think, for most of us. So congratulations, because you got a rad, rare piece tonight at a really great price. You do find it too buzzy? Yeah, Robert Simmons is a great stone author. I mean, just a wizard when it comes to stones, like on every level. So everything he writes about moldavite is so interesting to me. But he helps to kind of explain and demystify why it's so powerful for people, both in a positive way and also in a challenging way too. All right, shake it, Robin. Okay, these are beautiful. We have 50 of these. I'm doing them tonight at a special price. In some cases we had our planned price, but even off of that, I'm going to do a little bit extra because this was important. This is a rain disc that we created. Each one of these is hand painted in Bali. This is a rain disc that was part of our anniversary celebration in the past. And I love peacocks. You know, it's one of my favorite of all of the spirit animals is peacock. A lot of us do feel really connected to it. So these are $39 tonight. Could not possibly do a lower price because they're handmade and hand painted. But I want to talk to you about why a rain disc. So there are, and I believe in this one, it's like little tiny seed pods inside that when you turn the disc, makes like a rain sound. And it's incredibly soothing. It's not hard to learn how to play. She's doing exactly what you need to do, which is keep the pressure the same as you turn so that you don't stop it. And it should sound like waves rushing or waves crashing or water falling. Isn't that beautiful? And then this piece here is rad because you can hang it on the wall when you're not playing it. It's a piece of art, you know? So I thought this was really cool to be able to put it on the wall when you're not, because you don't want to just lay it somewhere, or you could tilt it against something. That's what I do. I lay all my drums together at a slight angle, and then I put my rain disc in front. But you have to almost be in a state when you're playing it, because if you try to rush it, you're going to interrupt it. So it calls you into present time. It's a really great stress relief tool, but you're also calming your central nervous system when you play it. And you can use it as a rattle. You can use it as a tambourine, kind of like strike it against your hip. If you have junk in your trunk, you can use your booty.
So yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. All the things with a rain disc. Matches your living room. I would love to see that. Allison said her clients love using that disc. It's really nice that you let your clients work with your tools too, or have tools for them. You know, when we do that, when we used to have events, I would try to make sure there was like something in the room, like a little, you know, a bin of rattles and some different alternatives. Because when you're drumming, it's nice to have everybody working with their own tools too. So congratulations. Okay, these necklaces are here because I want them to be here. This is the honest truth. And there are some new directions we're looking at to take jewelry in, because it's kind of what I'm into at the moment. But these are expensive to make. So these are at a discounted price tonight because they're in our special moving sale show. But, you know, they're still a little bit on the pricey side because of the fact that they are all handmade. These are, look at this one. So we're going to show them to you one by one. We have a blue druzy, a gold druzy, and a black druzy. And they're all real stones. The details are incredible. This is sterling silver with gold over it, by the way. And these are $249 each. The black I have 4 of. The blue one I have, this is the only one. My clasp, I need a little help with my clasp. I'm getting it on the wrong side, maybe. Okay, yeah, I'm going to let you do this, Robin, while I show them the black one. Because I want to explain what you're seeing. Okay, this one is onyx. These are all onyx beads, okay? These are freshwater pearls. This is, this gold bead right here is also a pearl that's been dipped in solid gold. Isn't that beautiful? And then they have the tassels down the front. They have the toggle clasp on the back. See how beautiful that is? And they are adjustable. So I'm going to show you the black one. I think it's about 18 inches on the necklace. I know. Aren't they gorgeous? These were the only 4 he had. I almost have to take my other necklaces away so you can really see it. So these were the only 4 he had in black. And I thought for all of you who love black, the black is the most versatile. And you also have to kind of imagine it. I've got, of course, my shawl and everything on tonight, but with like a V-neck dress. And you can adjust it to make it a little bit shorter too, up to 16 inches. I feel like I have to take it all off for you tonight to show you. I know, I had to kind of show some scan, but isn't that gorgeous? So I have 4 of the black. They're $249. I have 1 of the gold. The gold has an incredible detail on it,
No,
too.
we have 2 of the gold, I believe.
Oh, sorry, 2 of the gold and 1 of the blue. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? So the gold is all hematite. Isn't that amazing? So that's hematite with the druzy coating, and then you have, again, the pearl here dipped in solid gold, and you have all of those are all freshwater pearls. Even the gold here are all pearls that have been dipped in the gold. How will you choose? I know the gold is so beautiful. I love them all. But I thought we would experiment with a new style of jewelry for you, which is kind of a bridge between fine jewelry and metaphysical jewelry. Still has real stones with real properties. But I thought the gold dipped pearls were really crazy. Look at the blue one and look at the pearl. Let me show it here. Do you see how those are natural freshwater pearls that have been dipped in solid gold? And it's just a little detail on the side, but it draws your eye to it once you know that. How beautiful. There's the blue. I do like the blue with my outfit, but I like the black because it's so versatile. So yeah, I'm going to show these to you tonight. Probably will show them to the lair tomorrow too, because this is kind of a bridge between SG and my other company, right? Like we thought they were like, those are Larry, but then they're also Sage Goddesses. Yeah. And of course I'm both, right? So there has to be somebody in the middle who likes a little glam, but also some of the real metaphysical too. Mm-hmm. Yep. So congratulations. Super stoked for you. Okay, so 1 blue, 2 gold, 4 black. Those are here. Okay. Now, these are beautiful too. One of my favorite stones for healing, heart healing, emotional healing, healing from trauma is rhodonite, and also healing from addiction. I have so many people who ask me, what's a good addiction stone? Rhodonite. Because it teaches you about all sides of loving someone. And sometimes there's shadowy sides of loving someone, when you have to love the hard parts of them, when you have to love, and yourself too. Like there's parts of you that aren't easy to love, believe it or not. So these are like the juiciest quality rhodonite spheres we've had. Originally these were $59 or $69. We're doing them for $39 tonight. And the pink in them is that intense, really dark, rich pink color that you're always looking for. A lot of times rhodonite will be mostly black and it'll have like rivers of pink, but this one is so translucent in those gemmy parts that you can see down into it. Mm-hmm. So if you want a stone that radiates this energy of really healing around the most challenging things about us.
What's really cool about rhodonite, I think, is the pink. What creates the pink in the stone is a manganese oxide. Mm-hmm. And what creates the black is a manganese silicate, and the black is a manganese oxide. Yeah. So the whole thing itself is a manganese base stone, and it's just whether it's the silicate or the oxide changes it from the black to the pink.
The fact that these are manganese rich is good. The meme I've always told you about people putting rhodonite in particular on their bruise, like it went viral, right? Because the person had a bruise on 2 legs. They put manganese in the form of rhodonite on the one leg and not on the other, and then they did like a time lapse, and it healed much faster. The other thing about this pocket, I don't know if I talked to you about this. I saw it in Tucson this year. So when you and I get to go to Denver together, I'm hoping, as they said they were moving into the pocket, they found a whole pocket with kyanite. It's bright blue. No kidding. I was like, oh my God, when Robin sees this. So this year they're like, oh, we only have a little bit now because we haven't really pushed all the way into the mine. So like in our traditional Brazilian spots, I'd see like 2 spheres. So I'm really hoping when we go back to the Gem Show World, which is Denver for us in September, I'm hoping to find tumbled and some generators and stuff like that. But holy shit. So what that tells you, though, is that even though these don't have that, right, kyanite grows with these stones. Wouldn't that be cool to have all of that energy with some balancing, too? I know. We will find it. We will hunt it down.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, Hannah. I'm drinking. Now I have some Dr. Pepper. I can do it whenever you say manganese. We have to caffeinate. By the way, we're gonna make a meetup out of Denver. So if you want to come to Denver in September, I'm gonna do some kind of something to get us together. I'm really stoked. I always wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm. Angela, those are out of Madagascar.
Congratulations, you guys. Okay.
This was a little surprise.
Yeah, this is a big surprise. This is a big surprise.
Hannah.
Yeah, this is a big surprise, you guys. If you don't know about oud, oud is agar wood. I've made you quite a few oud blends. We're doing this for $20. The original price was crazy on this. It was much more expensive. This is my sacred oud blend. And yeah, honestly, like you should, I don't know if they let you buy multiples. I think you're not supposed to, but like, I wish you could. You will want more of this. This is, I believe that we put Mako powder in this one. So I think it's self-lighting, isn't it?
I don't know. I couldn't find.
Hannah's here. Maybe she can confirm. If not, you'll have to put it on a charcoal disc. Oud smells like sex. I have tried to bring you oud because in the Middle East, I mean, oud is burned everywhere. It is like a sexier amber, if you can possibly imagine that. This is also the other thing with this particular powder. I don't know if you do this, but I do this. You can sort of push it into your skin like almost like a talc, and wear it as perfume. If you have a mala, you like run it through your mala. You can touch your stones with it, rub your shawls with it. I mean, and it lasts because oud is a fixative. So if you love the smell of amber, if you just trust me, I'm not going to send you something that doesn't smell like, this side of heaven. We are all crazy about oud, and this is one of the only forms I brought you that's powdered so that you can wear it and burn it and do all the things. So
yeah,
I know. We did a rose oud. We did a oud noir. I did a tuberose oud combination in perfume form. I'm obsessed with it. And agar wood is actually what the agar wood tree, the resin, the oud resin is what the agar wood tree produces when it's injured. So when someone hacks into it or a tree falls and it bends and breaks, it exudes this oud substance, and it's like a Band-Aid. It's gorgeous. So anyway, congratulations if you got one. I got you to fall in love with oud. My work here is complete. But seriously, if you go to Dubai, if you go to anywhere in the Arab Emirates, it's burned in almost every household. Like to them, oud is a way of life. So I'm glad you guys love it so much. Okay. Next up, we have Tangerine Lemurians. Sex Lemurians. And they're gorgeous.
Sex Lemurians.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what to say other than that. They're gorgeous. They're huge and they're affordable.
You just rub the lines on your wand?
Yeah.
I didn't know where to take that.
I don't know. I'm like, here you go, Robin.
I know. I'm like, and you left that to me.
Where would you guys go with it? They're $59. We have 3 of them. Tangerine Lemurian is natural.
It is. It's all natural. Mm-hmm. And so what it is it's iron oxide that is on the outside of the stone. So as it was growing, basically, the way how I like to describe this is, you know how in a phantom, you see that little inclusion?
Yep.
This is pre-phantom. So that iron oxide is on that
That's
outside
a cool way of
ridge.
describing it.
It's on the outside edge of the stone.
Yeah.
And if it was able to still keep growing without that iron oxide there,
Yeah.
it would turn into a phantom.
Huh.
But because this is where it stopped, this is your phantom.
Yeah, that's cool. Pre-phantom. And, you know, there's Lemurian quartz. We're going to talk about it in Gem Journey, by the way. I teach a class on gems and minerals. And each month I take you to a different part of our history. And then we journey together about that stone and its origin. So Lemurian quartz is what we're studying in about a week from now. So you can always go to sagegoddess.com and register. We'd love to have you. But so I'm going to talk about this then more. But Lemurian quartz grows in pink. There were gold ones for a while. That was kind of a small pocket. The tangerine is natural. And so some people have made like these little ombres or almost like rainbows out of their Lemurians because they're so beautiful when they have their natural coloring. And that's a great shot of those lines. Mm-hmm. So those lines are kind of like the characteristic of what makes Lemurian.
So congratulations.
Yes. You know, it's all in a day's work, everybody. Yay! It's been a long week. But it's been a good week. It really has. A lot of exciting things happening here. Okay, these are gorgeous. I'm a calcite person, and I know a lot of you are too. And I always tell you, psychic people are attracted to calcite.
I love calcite.
Yeah. And that's kind of a true statement. I mean, in my life, the people who are like, oh, I love calcite are usually the most intuitive people. Calcite is very important for empaths because calcite is not a grounding stone, but it's a mindfulness stone.
Yeah.
You know, it brings you back to your center. There's tons of different colors of it. When this came out, I lost my mind. Like, you've seen green calcite before, and it's very pretty. But this pistachio calcite, which is what these are called, looks like the Caribbean Ocean. It is green and teal with a little bit of white, and if you don't feel relaxed when you look at that stone, like, what is wrong with you, right? But green calcite actually really is a potent healing stone.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. So this comes out of Pakistan, which is really cool. And that's like one of the only areas where you're going to get this translucent, like aqua minty.
Can you imagine the mind? Like, my mind just goes,
Right.
what does that look like? By the way, these are really, really big too. So those of you who want big, hard things tonight, 6 to 7 inches, which is relatively big, is $59. That's our deep discount price for you tonight. And then 7 to 8 inches, I only have 4 of those, and those are $69. If you have a healing grid or a peace grid or a serenity grid or a tranquility grid, or an area in your home where you try to focus that energy, or if you have kind of an ocean theme in your home, holy shit. I mean, I don't think there's anything more beautiful. Put that in your kitchen, windowsill, so that every morning when you're doing what you do in your kitchen, making your food for your family, you are centered.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. They're beautiful.
I get captivated by them, and they're so translucent.
That would be cool to put on a light stand.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty, you guys. Or light a candle behind it. That would be beautiful too.
Yeah.
So congratulations. I thought you would like it. I know Heather's like, we all want it big.
Some people are naughty.
Sometimes too much is too much, though. No, or is that? It's not another thing. I don't know. Okay. Well, we're gonna talk about balls.
More
So
balls.
that's a good segue. These are pink lace agate spheres, and we only had 20 of these left, so this is an incredible price for you too. These are $29. Lace agate traditionally comes from Mexico. These are Indonesian lace agate, and it has way more quartz druzy in it than the Mexican lace agate.
Oh yeah.
And the pink only comes from Indonesia. So, and pink's always been my favorite color in lace agate. I do love the stone because it protects you when you're traveling, and it brings happiness and joy.
It really does. It does. And this one, because of the pink, which comes from manganese.
It does. I'm switching my music because it's too loud. I want something a little chill.
It brings in so much of that loving energy, that heartfelt energy.
It does.
To the stone. And it's like, just, I look at this and I'm like, how long did it take to create this stone with all those layers?
Well, and that's the other thing we were talking about earlier, right? Like crazy lace agate, one of the things that's cool about it is the line compression is tight. Mm-hmm. That tells you how much was happening where this was forming in a short period of time. That's definitely true for northern Mexico, where traditional crazy lace agate comes from. Did I talk about the price on these already? They're $29. I don't know if I said that. But in Indonesia too, there was a lot of that movement that created those tight pattern lines. I know. I would have to drag you to time out, but that's also why we're friends and why we like having you here. So $29. So if crazy lace agate is about happiness and protection, think heart chakra, right? So the focus on the pink color makes it more a stone for your heart. I just think they're beautiful. I keep my stones grouped by color. I know it's a little probably a little anal retentive for you guys, but I do that at home. And so one of the things I've noticed is there's rose quartz, there's pink Danburite, but there's actually fewer pink stones in the gem and mineral world than there are all of the other colors. Mm-hmm. So the pink section always has pretty stones. There's rhodochrosite, but I mean, there's so many more varieties of red stones, more varieties of black and gray stones. So I always feel like the little pink corner of my world is smaller.
Well, I'm like, well, yeah, because the heart chakra got split.
You know what? That's a really good point. Because there aren't a ton of green. There's more green than there are pink. Isn't that interesting? Do you guys do the same thing where you group your stones? It's a little, OCD for me, but I do, when I look at things, and I think this is probably true for most people, order and symmetry, even in color, is calming to me. If everything is just a mix and I can't see the rhyme or reason, I don't find that soothing. But if things are organized by size or by color, or if there's some kind of rhyme or reason, I find that more appealing to my eye. Really? And then you can go and stand in front of, that's my favorite part, is you can stand just in front of those stones and work with that frequency separate from the others, right? So, because your red stones are always going to be more grounding and your purple stones are going to be more, uplifting. So, I don't know.
As I was looking at this, let me see if I can get it for you.
You group them by shape? Yeah, I would like to see pictures of this. This is where I think our Gem Facebook group, by the way, that I talked about earlier, if you're not in there yet, please go and join. It's a private group, just so it's not your public conversations, but it's free to join. This is where we could share our collections and see pictures,
Oh, yeah, for sure. But as I was looking at this, not only did I want to show you guys the druzy pocket that goes so deep within this stone.
Yeah.
But up here at the top, it's got some dendrites.
That's cool.
So it's a dendritic one as well, which is really cool.
That is really awesome.
So I wanted to get that up close for you.
And I think that's something that we would not see from Mexico. Right? So I think that probably is part of that, being a uniquely Indonesian stone.
Yeah. Stuff out of Indonesia is so different. It has such a different energy. It has such a different look and feel. And it's really hard to get stones out of there.
It's true. It's true.
So congratulations.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And that was a beautiful description too. Now, one of the things, because we're doing our moving sale, I've had a few people reach out to me and tell me that they're using it as an opportunity to fill in the gaps in their collection. Oh, I don't have a piece of morganite, or I don't have a piece of this, or whatever. So it is a good time to go back and backfill if there's particular stones, because our inventory is so diverse right now. Mm-hmm. Eventually, we're going to be more focused in what we offer and carry, but right now we have kind of a breadth of things, so it's a good opportunity to go back and do that. Okay, now we get to show you a gorgeous pendant. This one is, it's breathtaking, you guys. Are you having fun, by the way? I'm having fun with you. Glad you're here. You look beautiful today.
Why, thank you.
You really do. Yeah. Doesn't she? Okay, pink girasol. This is a really special pendant. This one's done in sterling silver. The pink girasol quartz, that really, that it's like a dreamy, pillowy kind of rose quartz, right? It has I always think of magic you know, like, I don't know, magic spheres when I see it, because it's like something you can gaze into and the light plays across the surface. These usually have stars in them, you know, the girasol, that really soft Madagascar rose quartz. So it's the most tender of all the love stones. We made these at Sage Goddess. They're $69 each. We have 2 dozen of them. The retail price was like $129. They're set in quite a heavy duty sterling silver setting. So the quality on these is absolutely magnificent. It reminds me a little bit of silver pieces I've seen in different parts of the world where they do those really intricate designs, like Tasco in Mexico or in India where they do that. But it was inspired by the kind of like the dreamy quality of the stone is echoed in the kind of the feather-like design in the metal. That's a gorgeous shot of that one, that triangular one. And the stones are all intuitively chosen, so there's different shapes and sizes. Not sizes so much, but shapes for sure.
Yeah, they're all pretty much the same size, but all the cabochons were, you know, hand selected for these, and so it wasn't for the same shape, it was for the same quality.
Yeah, for sure. And it's open on the back, so the energy comes through to your heart. I just think they're stunning. You know, that's a really good gift to give somebody. People often ask, like, what's a good first stone to give? And girasol is so tender, its energy works kind of for everybody.
Yeah. I like it. It's like, it's soft, it's gentle, it's wispy.
Yeah.
It's a good starter stone for children.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I think it's a little protective too. I think there's something about the fact that there's so many stars in this formation of rose quartz that aren't in any other rose quartz on the planet. And the stars have a protective quality over them.
Yeah, and it's like, these are so clear, like you could see my fingers going behind it, but then if you actually turn it to the side, like
it's opaque almost. Yeah. But do you see that? That's what I was telling you. There's almost a light play across the surface, and it's just because of the translucency. They're like opals.
Well,
so congratulations.
They actually do talk about it, saying that is it an opal, is it not an opal, because of how much water is within it, that it kind of rides that line.
It's interesting. Well, we learned tonight how much it would have to qualify as an opal. We did. We were educated this evening.
Well, I kind of have a thing about opals.
Well, yeah, she has legit an opal problem. But people who love opals do. Like, I've never known anybody who was like a casual collector of opals, or like saw one that they didn't lose their mind over. What we have next is really is an incredible opportunity to own one of the most important stones for wealth. So these are Hessonite garnets. She's
trying to get it for you guys.
She's gonna get you the shot. Hessonite garnets are one of the best stones to collect for attracting and manifesting wealth and abundance. These are 2-carat solitaires because the legend says it has to be. So I got these from a friend, and he was showing me like 10 of them, and I said, do you have any more? So we do have a total of these, of almost 100 of them, and they are consistent in their cut. Are we limiting the number that people can buy?
So the way how we do it is it's first come, so you get one. Yeah. If we have leftovers at the end, then you can bid and get a second.
Okay. So these should be between $50 and $75. They're $29 tonight. If you're able to get one, they are stunning. And again, this is just good to carry in your pocket, good to put in your wallet, good to, because this size and the way it's cut would slide right into your wallet. Wherever you put Hessonite garnet, it's supposed to create more wealth and more abundance for you. So congratulations. I really wanted to bring you 2-carat Hessonites for a long time at a really affordable price. So you heard it from the lady. If there's enough, then you can come back and get another one if you want one. But yay for Hessonite. Being the right size and the right clarity. And when she turns it to the side, so sometimes you'll see Hessonite garnets referred to as the cinnamon garnet, because it's this really kind of rich, warm, orangey red. Isn't that gorgeous? Yay. But you could absolutely, I mean, you want to show them on your finger or close to your finger, kind of an idea of what size ring it would make if you, yeah, that's a cool shot. So it would make a beautiful solitaire ring if you wanted to do it that way. Or if you're able to get a second one, you could make earrings, which would be cool too. So congratulations on your Hessonite.
So yeah, that would make a really nice, like...
It would make a really good thumb ring, I think, too. Or a pendant, because, you know, when you see the pendants I wear, that's the size of pendant I like to wear.
Yeah, and
that's an everyday...
And, like, when we said that they're all
consistently sized and cut, so from a really trusted, reliable friend. So enjoy your Hessonite. Yay. Glad you got that tonight. And like I said, it's fun to collect the cut and faceted. They show off the color and the quality of the stone. You know, when they're cut, they show it off for me in such a powerful way compared to, you know, just the rough stone itself. Although rough Hessonite is gorgeous. It looks like it's on fire. Okay, this is a really cool candle. It takes us back to when we did our angel retreat. Reminds me of the energy of that time. But we've had Archangel candles for you since the beginning of Sage Goddess. Robin brought these to you tonight, and I'm going to tell you something. This was one of my mom's favorite of the archangels, and I always thought Chamuel was kind of lesser known, but Chamuel means the one who seeks God, or the one who sees God. There's two translations: seeks God and sees God. But I think if you seek, you see, right? So we're doing these at a special price for you tonight, $23. We have 20 of them. So thank you for bringing that candle back. It's lavender, sage, divana, and cardamom. Yeah. Was there something particular that you felt about it when you were choosing it? Sometimes there's a...
Well, one of the things that I like about it is because the way how I see him is the angel of peaceful relationships.
Yeah.
And so much of the time and what's going on right now is so chaotic.
It's true.
In so many different people's lives in different ways. I felt like bringing the energy of this archangel into your life to help bring that peace and bring the peace in the relationships with the people that you hold closest and most dear.
I like that.
So I wanted to, you know, have that opportunity for people, like...
No, now's the time. I mean, and it really is true. And again, sometimes you guys have altars or special spaces dedicated to relationships or healing relationships, or even healing with a particular person. That would be the right candle to have in that space, or to have in your family room, or, you know, in my house, it's the kitchen where everybody ends up. Sometimes the dining room, but usually that's after we're in the kitchen.
It smells so good.
So yeah, congratulations. And those are hand poured in-house at SG, so it's got a quartz point on the top like they all do, and yay. Yeah, I think you're right about the timing for a lot of us. The perfume that she chose next, by the way, too, is another one that I think is just really well timed, which is the Atman perfume. This one is last call on that perfume. That one's not full. Did somebody use my Atman perfume? Did you? I'm like, is this your personal one, Robin? Your Atman will come full to you. Okay. So we're doing our perfumes tonight at special prices. It's $19 for Atman, which is, and we'll talk more about this, the ingredients. This is blue tansy with Palo Santo, patchouli, and neroli. Those are 4 of my favorite oils on the planet together in one bottle. Atman means soul. It's the transcendent part of you that crosses all timelines and lifetimes. So this is like connecting with the purity of your highest self. Blue tansy is all about the third eye. So,
and what I think is cool is because it's got a fluorite chipstone in it as well.
Cool. That's cool. So it's about the pathway back to yourself, or the pathway back to your essence, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. So $19 if you don't have Atman and you want to try it. And Atman, again, is being discontinued, so this is the only chance to work with that formulation. Palo Santo is important because it's healing, right? So I think this is also about getting back to the roots of your wellness too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
smells so good.
Yeah, that is definitely a favorite. And the patchouli in it is an aged patchouli. I just think the bottle's beautiful too. It is a spray. It's an oil-based perfume, but it's in a spray mechanism. The other thing about Atman is it smells like the kind of high-end perfumes they used to make. Do you know what I mean? In the 60s and 70s and 80s. And then they changed everything in perfumery and reduced the quality of the ingredients, so you don't get the intensity of the scent anymore. And this reminds me of like that era of perfuming where they used the full, intense, uncut oils and better quality ingredients. There's something kind of like old Hollywood about Atman.
It really is. It
smell.
takes you back.
It
really does.
Yeah, it's deep. So congratulations. Excited for you to try it if you haven't tried it yet. This is one of those ones where like I will almost guarantee you, if you like deep perfumes, that will be one. It'll become a go-to for you.
Oh yeah.
With the patchouli, you gotta like patchouli though. It is heavy patchouli. It's patchouli forward, as they say.
Well, I mean, I'm the type of person that, I have my patchouli plant and then I dried some of the leaves and I just have the leaves there, and it's like as soon as you like barely touch the dried leaves, it just is like,
yeah. Yeah. I love it. People don't like patchouli, but in my life, I don't know who those people are because I don't think they would want to spend any time with me.
yeah.
My clothes smell like it. My house smells like it. My sheets smell like it. I mean, if you don't like it, you're really SOL in my house. But I do have parents, I've told you this story before, of my kids' friends, because I put it in my detergent. That are like, what do you use when my kids wash their clothes at your house? And I'm like, patchouli, and you like it. Okay, this is a rad pendant. I love this one. This is an abundance manifestation pendant because that's one of the most powerful wishing stones right there. Yeah.
It really is. This is a combination of rainforest jasper and peridot.
Yeah.
Which is just because rainforest jasper is known as the wishing stone.
Yep.
And peridot is for abundance. So it's like, how are you going to manifest? You're going to wish and manifest.
Yep.
Wish and manifest
Yep.
when you wear this.
You want to show them a little bit closer? It's a little.
I will.
Yeah, the light is.
I just wanted to show the different.
Yeah, the markings on
versions.
each one are different, but
Yeah.
the quality of the cabochons
In
terms of the markings are insane.
The markings are all different, and the shape of the cabochons are different.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
So that's why I wanted to show that there was going to be a few different options here.
These are $89, by the way. They were going to be $149 or $159, so we're really doing some special pricing on our sterling silver and gold jewelry tonight. This is $925 with gold over on all the details. That's rainforest jasper in the center of that shield, and that's peridot at the top, which manifests the whole thing. They call it the cornucopia stone.
It really is. And the rainforest jasper is actually a specific type of rhyolite, which a lot of people are like, oh no, it's a jasper. It's actually a rhyolite.
Yep.
It was mislabeled when it was first given the name of jasper.
Yeah.
And it's just so cool because there's a mixture of agate and jasper and quartz and other things within the stone, which is so cool about it. And I love just those little markings, but that's due to gas bubbles within it as it was being created. And the gas bubbles, like little bursting in there, is what creates all those little pockets.
Isn't that amazing?
Which is so much fun. And you can find rainforest jasper in different varieties of colors. Usually you find it more of a green tone, but sometimes you see some reds and yellows and browns and oranges within the stone as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And the blue, sometimes you'll see a little blue chalcedony in there too. And the green against the blue. Again, I love stones that look like the planet itself, So there's like the rich greens and then the blue in it looks like water. So it's a very peaceful stone. Which is ironic because it comes from a volcanic area. But part of that is like, for me, volcanoes are a lot about manifestation, right? It's about tension and energy building, and then there's the release, right? So like setting your intention and letting the energy build around what you want to create and then bringing that into the world. So, but anyway, we love it. We've always called it the wishing stone. So this is your wishing pendant. And especially if you have something on your heart that you're really hoping comes to pass for you, sometimes it's nice to have a piece of jewelry that's kind of dedicated to that. That it becomes a symbol of the journey that you're on. So
it really does. And Rainforest Jasper has always been one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
I fell in love with
The
it.
good quality like this is mesmerizing. Sometimes you'll find it where it's just kind of all green and it's not as interesting. But these pieces are really, truly...
And it looks nice on. Like,
best.
it's not like...
I instantly, in your tattoo, then notice all the green. Isn't that funny how, like, it probably, the other colors probably do the same thing, but, like, the green in that, I immediately noticed, wow, all the green detail. So congratulations if you're getting one. The next piece we have for you is one of my favorite items of the show. But we only have one. And, again, we're doing some really special, crazy pricing right now, and this is no exception to that. So if you've wanted a really incredible sterling silver wand, she's about to show it to you right now.
Sorry, I got captivated.
It's only $399, you guys. This is the sun and the moon, which to me is a really romantic, you know, energy.
It really is. Brings in that masculine, feminine, that your complete duality.
Complete balance, right? Yin and yang nestled together. And I love that there's the faceted stones on the top too, and the quality of those stones is absolutely beautiful. That orange is a spessartine garnet, and then at the bottom that's a labradorite.
Yeah.
So it's rainbow moonstone with those cabochons and sunstone in the middle, and then aquamarine at the top. Is that gorgeous?
And the ball moves.
So normally these wands, because they're sterling silver and every single detail is done by hand, I mean, they're all done one by one. Each one of these wands takes like a week to make. It is a whole process. So normally these are close to $1,000. So to do it tonight for $399 is insane. If you want one of the most beautiful wands we ever designed, this is the one you need to get. Yeah. So congratulations. And I think the sphere comes out, if I recall, or at least it turns. It does. Isn't that rad?
So if you have other spheres this size, you can easily pop it in.
Isn't that cool? It's a toy too. Who knew? But yeah, this is to send energy and receive energy, obviously. You can do body work with it too. And then you can just use it as like a harmonizer, a balancer of your energy, because rainbow moonstone is feminine, sunstone is masculine, all the things. So congratulations. I'm glad we got to show it to you. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, we have another really cool giveaway for you.
Well, do we want to do that at the end, or do we want to do the
yeah,
others?
I guess, sorry. You need to draw my attention because I keep going around the fun extra things we brought. We do almost have a good giveaway for you, but we're not there yet. Just a few more items to show for you, though. We still have some of the singing bells that we made with the carnelian chipstones in the handle that are $4.99 on sale tonight. So if you would like one of those, it's last chance to get, I think, the coolest singing bell we've ever done for you. Okay, but we have tinctures, and at a crazy price. These are fun little affordable things at the end of this show. Is anybody looking to find something and participate, but you're like, I don't know, what do you have under $10? We have two really awesome things right now under $10. So these are also known as zills. So I belly dance, right? So sometimes we use our zills in dance, but I work with a pair of them, and that's what you're getting here. It is for the pair, right?
Yes, it's for the pair.
For $9. And they have the little hummingbird on them with the purple handles. And so Robin's showing you exactly how to do it. You strike them together. And they're made of brass, so they continue the tone. We work with tinctures at the beginning of ceremony to mark the beginning, also to tell people to be quiet and come into present time. And then at the end of a ceremony, we strike them again.
I am seeing people asking if there's more surprise bags. Team SG, if we've already sold out and there's more people that want them, I will make more.
How many more?
I will make more.
Okay. Oh, gosh. That's a really cool opportunity because we did them at a discount tonight for $89. You know, it's still all of Robin's time and all of the incredible things that she will put together for you. So that's a cool opportunity. That's very generous of you.
Well, I'm seeing people and I'm like, I want to be able to
get a surprise bag. I know. It's a special time because it's you doing it and all the things. So congratulations, you guys. Okay, so she's showing you how to do it. The other thing you can do with zills, because a lot of you are asking all the time, are there other clearing techniques, right? At the end of the day, how do I clear my space? How do I clear myself? How do I clear my phone? How do I clear my car? So you bring them together and then move them over the space. And so you'll see people doing that over their sound tools or over their altar. It's just another clearing technique, but striking them together and then moving them, anything within 48 inches of the Zild tone is considered to be cleared in traditions that work with these. So, but I just love the fact that they have on the top and bottom the little hummingbirds on them. This would be a great gift to give somebody, especially if they're new, again, and they want to learn about clearing and they want to learn about how to move energy. That's a really rad tool for that purpose. Okay, you're welcome. That was very sweet of her. I know.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you guys are able to get them.
Yeah, it's very cool.
These are fun.
The Zills are awesome. The tinctures are awesome. And then we have a bracelet for you. But actually, we should probably hold on the bracelet and talk about the chrysoprase bowls. Yeah. Just to give Team SG a second to
give them a second.
Yeah. Okay. So we talked about the bowls before, right? And we talked about maybe bringing you another type of bowl, another type of stone bowl. These we're doing, again, a really crazy price on. We never actually sold these separately for you. Robin had put together a really cool kit with it at one point. So she's going to show it to you. This is chrysoprase. Chrysoprase is a stone for the physical heart. Mm-hmm. It's one of the cardiology stones. Remember, cardia in Greek means heart. So one of the cardia stones in the gem and mineral world, one of the most powerful is chrysoprase. But chrysoprase is another one of the stones for healing from heartbreak. Chrysoprase is also a stone for trauma, healing from trauma. So our original price on these, I think, was like $69. Tonight we were going to do $49. We only have 50 of them, so I'm going to do them for $39. These are hand carved out of chrysoprase. And so all the things we talked about before, right? This is the perfect. If you're getting the oud tonight, sprinkle just a little bit of the oud on your bowl and then light it with your lighter. Yeah. Or if you have the blue room incense that we made you, right? This is the perfect container. Also, I use mine. I have mine at home. I burn my beeswax candles on it. Oh, yeah. Because it's the perfect size to catch the wax from the side. So we only have the 4 dozen. If you're getting one, I'm stoked for you because the price is really good.
These were all hand-carved chrysoprase out of Indonesia again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's, the bowls are special. You've been seeing me with gemstone bowls for all these years. I just love them. And like I said, and
they sit really nice. Like they don't.
Yeah, the base is done well. They're thick enough, right? We talked about all the things that can go wrong.
Yeah,
But if you cook, use these in your kitchen. I think that's really awesome. We make our own seasoning blends in my house, and that can be the little dish for your love seasoning, your passion seasoning.
I love making seasonings.
That's the best thing.
So good.
That's the best thing. I told you about Nick, right? That he's starting a seasoning company.
No, you kind of did, but I didn't get to.
Yeah, my son is starting his own business making seasonings because he's super passionate about it and he's really good at it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So anyway, time check. I know.
I'll have to buy some of his.
He would love to give you samples and have you give him your feedback as a chef. Okay, so the last thing of the show, I believe. Is there anything else that we should come back to?
We can take a look to see what we might have.
There might be some things left over, and we will let you know.
You guys, there's only 3 of those aura selenite plates left.
Oh my god, you guys.
So if you want one of those aura selenite plates,
don't miss those. You're going to come back to me later. There's $69. There's only 3 left. So you're just going to say sold aura plate $69. That's the aura that I showed you that's like complete rainbow across it because it's got the aura treatment. It's so beautiful. I know. Quartz spheres, I don't think we have any quartz spheres left. You guys devoured those like it was your last meal. And you know what? Good on you because the price was nuts on those quartz spheres. Okay, so we'll let you know. The last thing, official thing that we're going to show you is we have iolite bracelets, which is a really good stone for times like this when you're trying to find your way through the clouds, like the Vikings did when they worked with iolite. So we have these for $8 each if you would like an iolite bracelet.
So it's a 7-inch stretch bracelet with 8mm beads.
Yep. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? And then when we did these, we don't make them anymore, but we put the gold bead on it, which I always thought was like a pretty detail, right? It elevates it, makes it a little fancier than just a traditional where it's all the same. And there's SG and a heart, which we thought was cute. I remember when we went through the whole process of designing these and making those beads. And so congratulations. That's a good gift to give somebody. Again, if they're struggling, like, where do I go? How do I find my way? I feel lost. Iolite opens your third eye. It's known as the water sapphire, right?
It is, and it's paleochroic. So what that means is depending on how the light hits it, it can look more blue, it can look more purple, sometimes you can look straight through it, but it disperses light.
Yeah.
And because it disperses light, that's actually why the Vikings used it to help navigate across the ocean.
That's true.
Because you could slice it, hold it up against the clouds, and then use it to see through the clouds.
Yep.
To know where the sun is. So that way, even on stormy days, they always knew where the sun was so they could get to where they wanted to go and stay on course.
It's cool. And it's just pretty. I mean, it really does. I think I just love stones in that color wave. You know how I feel about sapphire. And so iolite's always, I remember when I was young, I wanted a sapphire ring, but I couldn't afford it. So I bought myself an iolite in sterling silver because it was affordable. I remember thinking, like, it's kind of a sapphire to me. Yeah. So congratulations on your iolite bracelet. And then iolite from India grows with sunstone. So then you have the vision stone. And I thought I saw some orange flashes on those beads. Tiny. But so then you have the vision stone with the leadership stone. You know? Like inspired vision, which I think is really cool.
But I wanted to show, like, oh my gosh, the quality of these beads
is insane.
Is insane.
They're beautiful.
Like what you guys are getting for
$8.
$8. Look at the quality of these beads. They're translucent. They've got all that color in there. That one right there has that little bit of the orange that she was talking about right there.
Yeah.
On this bead right here.
You see it? Sometimes you look at it and you're like, is that really orange? Oh, my sneeze. But it is. It's sunstone. I told you I was going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. I got blessed. That one, I swear to God, has
look at that one has a cat's eye effect.
Yeah, that cat's eye across the surface of it.
Like,
Like, honestly, cat's eye iolite, or like, get out of town. I know. The cat's eye effect can occur in different stones, but I mean, we talked about the stars being rare, like top 5% of stones, you know? Like cat's eye is going to be in your 1%. It's super duper rare.
Yeah,
Has
and
to
this
be
one
such
has it.
an alchemy of inclusions to create that effect. So yay. Yay for the best iolite bracelet ever.
So yeah, I just wanted, that's why I wanted to show it up close, because I'm like, there's no way I was going to be able to show that to you on like any of our other cameras.
It's true. It's true. So congratulations. Okay, so if there's anything you guys wanted to know about, please let us know.
If anything you want us to show you again, maybe you missed it.
Yeah, so I will tell you, we have a couple of those, like just over half a dozen of those super magic quartz points we showed you, that some of them have record keepers and all kinds of crazy stuff. Those were $39. So if you want one of those 4 to 5 inch, really cool, with all the markings and the shaman portals and the Lemurian lines and all that, some of them had chlorite in it for healing, like those are still available. And some more rain discs if you want a rain disc. Trying to look up the pricing for you on the.
And we have some of that moldavite still. So if you're wanting that really top quality moldavite.
Okay, so now to complete our experience with you and for you this evening, I hope you had fun. Is there any jewelry left? We can tell you.
We have
Robin's
the
taking a
Pinolith.
look,
We have the Pinolith ring,
which is right here. This is that angel wing. It's a fossil, but it's got so much quartz and agate in it, we consider it a stone. And then it had your green tourmaline on the inside for wisdom, and that's adjustable. So we have a few of those left. Those were.
It's right at the top.
Yeah, those were $49. So those are available. I think a lot of the jewelry did sell out. But we do have the selenite rings for you in silver and gold. Those are $99 each. But yeah, we can take a look. And I will tell you, if we do have anything left over, Team SG is really good about posting the remaining items on the event page. And you can still go back and say sold tonight, like if you're watching the replay, or tomorrow morning, and we will still invoice you for your purchase. So you're not too late if you missed us, or if you're just joining now. Just stay tuned for the list of leftover items, and we'll post that for you later this evening.
Yeah.
But isn't that gorgeous on her finger? It's stunning. I mean, from here it looks like selenite and diamonds, right? But it's just, it is sterling silver 925. And then it's got some gold detailing on it. But this one is all silver, and then the other one has sort of more topaz crystals and a gold. It's 14 karat gold over the sterling silver. And yeah, it just looks stunning on you. Makes your hand look long. You know what I mean? It's just, it's elegant. But selenite is cleansing, purifying, brings light and an illumination, so it raises the frequency and then clears low vibrations. So yeah, so we have gold and we have silver in that. Yeah, I had the gold one over here, so I can show that to you on my hand from afar. If you wear it on your left hand, you're receiving that energy. But even from, like, look at the distance, because you can't see it very well. I'm in the smaller camera, but even from here you can see the light play across the surface. So yeah, we love selenite. So it was the first time we brought you some selenite jewelry in a really long time. Yeah, we don't often have it. So congratulations. And then we have the last thing, which I started to announce earlier, is your giveaway. We do a giveaway at the beginning, and then we do one at the end. And so it's kind of a reward to all of you, and a thank you for staying with us for the whole show. We hope you had fun tonight. This is, I'm going to let her take it away. This is one of the coolest citrine crystals with calcite druzy formation, and I mean, just, it's insane. It's got tourmaline in it.
It's got a full Trinity tourmaline.
Holy shit. I mean, this is $1,000 piece, and we're giving it away. So if you're trying to manifest wealth, abundance, and wisdom, I don't even know what to say. We don't even see citrine like this anymore. When we go to the shows, big points like that coming out of Brazil are extremely rare. So yeah, you can't buy it. You have to win it. So just comment and say, yes, it's calling to me. I need that right now. Holy shit. I'm going to give you a minute to actually say all of those things, and then I will choose a winner. Isn't it gorgeous?
And then that's the...
Talk it up, Robin.
That's the Trinity tourmaline that I was talking about.
Yeah.
It grows in that triangle formation. So it really brings in...
This is so rad, that sign. Yeah. Look at that phantom in there with the calcite all around it.
Full phantom right here. That's all the druzy calcite. This is all druzy calcite right here.
Insane. It's got Lemurian lines. It's got a window on it, that right pointing window.
Yeah, but look at right here. Look at these other...
That's insane. Oh. Well, I guess you like it. I wasn't sure you were going to like it. And I was like, well, maybe it'll be good enough. It's like every stone person I know, that's our wet dream right there.
I know. I was like, When
I grow up...
Look at that phantom going right there.
Yeah, and there's some bizarre holographic markings on that piece too. Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm getting a little bit excited.
Yeah. If you don't get excited about that, like, I don't know if we can be friends. Let's see, where am I going with that? Spirit's like, keep going, keep going. It's gonna take me a minute. Okay, Heather Gallimore. Heather Gallimore, this is for you. You may end up giving it to her. Not right now, but it's just interesting. I'm getting this energy of, like, giving this to you, and then at some point it's going to maybe for a little while or maybe permanently need to go to somebody else and then maybe come back to you. So it's almost like it's being entrusted to you, and there's some work you need to do with somebody else where this is going to be part of the process. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't even know what that's about, but I can see it. Like I can see it's almost like a triangle where I give it to you and it goes to this other person, and then it like makes its way back around. So congratulations. Are you excited? Did you think that too? And it's not because you're not going to like it. It's just because it's such a powerful piece that it has a lot of work to do. That's the kind of crystal that's going to tell you what to do instead of you telling it what to do. Do you know what I mean? I kind of like that too. I mean, one of the things that's inspiring me right now in my life, because I wanted to get back to telling you a couple things. So first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for being in our community, and thank you for welcoming us back to do this work together, which is important, you know. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
And all that you are and know, and Max and and our entire team behind the scenes. Like, it's a lot of love that goes into bringing this to you. And Robin and I are really walking down memory lane because we're moving to our hopefully mostly forever home, and in the process of that, like, you know, looking at all these things that we brought to you with so much love over the years. So, but your surprise bags are going to be really lit right now because she's opening boxes that we haven't opened. So get ready for that.
Yes. Can you show me that butterfly?
Like a butterfly. So anyway, congratulations. If you shop tonight, you're make sure you have an account on sagegoddess.com, and then we're going to send you an invoice.
I was going through stuff.
Yep.
And this is one of my hoarding tendencies. I call it the crow. Max and I both do it. But like, I found this, and I was like, oh, this has to go to somebody in their surprise bag. Is this a yellow fluorite?
That is magnificent.
Butterfly.
Yeah, that is amazing. Look at the detail in that carving. So if you got a surprise bag, that's going to go in somebody's basket. Okay, so, and you can say sold surprise bag 89 if you want. She's going to try to do as many of them as she can. Yeah, so the leftovers will be posted on the event page. So seriously, if you can please post the event page for everybody. You can always go and say sold on the leftovers. We will add your total and send you an invoice. Okay. Tomorrow night from 4 to 6, I go live my other life called The Lair, which is where we do vintage jewelry and home decor items and really fun clothing and sexy things. So that'll be from 4 to 6 tomorrow, and we're looking forward to it. You need to join our Facebook group, our Lair Facebook group, to join us. We might change that at some point, but for right now, that's the rule. So seriously, we'll also post the link for our Lair Facebook group and our Gemstone Facebook group, which are free but private, so that you can join us for all the things that happen there. And then, so we are moving, and so everything at sagegoddess.com is 75% off right now with code MAGIC75, which we know is crazy, but the reason we're doing it is we're moving into a slightly smaller, more intimate space. We are all ready for that. Like, we want to be closer together. It's, you know what I mean? So it's just, so we can't take everything with us, so why not offer it to you at a really incredible price? It's a great time to build your collection, go through and fill in gaps that you know have been there for a long time. There's amazing things at way below cost and wholesale, so you're saving all the bucks. So enjoy, happy shopping. While that lasts, that sale is temporary, but it's helping us move. And I don't know, did I forget anything? I don't think that's...
I think that's about it. Just remember that you will be getting, if you shopped tonight, you'll get that invoice.
Yep. Please pay it.
Please pay it, and the faster you do, the faster we can get you your goodies.
Most people do, but there's stragglers. Do the thing, do it kind of quick. You know, when you get an invoice, it's good to pay it.
Yeah. But yeah, we're excited. Yeah. We'll be back here again soon.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing more. And
we do them every 2 weeks, these shows, but we're also doing some fun other things in like the Gemstone group and things like that. Yeah.
So I have something super exciting for our next Gemstone group.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Yeah, stay tuned. We're doing all kinds of fun things and mixing it up and breaking the rules, and also getting a little cleaner and back to our roots, which is really nice and really exciting for us. So cheers. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night for The Lair from 4 to 6. And then happy shopping on the website. Don't forget your code is MAGIC75. Have a good evening, you guys.